Oh, than yours, yes. Yours was atrocious. Who wins this? 5 points. Controversy there.
Thank you, Rod. Shortly, Devonport Arena. We're based on a 13 game, ready for another cracker. Both teams are really evenly matched. We thank the Jackson Motor Company for supplying our vehicles into their ongoing sponsorship of our league. He's good with us today. Thank you, Quinn.
I'll put us on. You've got us. You got the ladder up.
The ladder. Wynyard gave them their only loss this year.
And the only losses that Wynyard have been to Devonport.
That's right. That's right, yeah. So it's currently 3-1 because of the what's it called?
A very good afternoon and welcome to Darrell Baldock Oval in Latrobe for the JMC Northwest Football League Grand Final. It's the Devonport Magpies taking on the Wynyard Cats as the Devonport boys are about to come through their banner. It says 3-peat, let's make it 4 and show these Cats we want it more. Well, there you go. Quade Byard to lead them through the banner. I'll tell you what, they've got quality banners here on the Northwest Coast. Some very good footballers as well might we say. Big Blair Ryan at the back. He's got quads and calves like a monster. As is Quade Byard, just quietly. The old footballer's footballer, Quade. We've got a Darryl Baldock medalist out there in Keegan Lowe. Some absolute sensational footballers as they line up to get their official photo taken. My name's Tubes Taylor from Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes in Hobart. It's a pleasure to be back in my homelands on the northwest coast. We see the Devonport boys just getting their photographs taken, waiting for Wynyard to come out. In the Colts, it was a big win to the Devonport Football Club. In the reserves, controversially by 4 points, Devonport got the chocolates there. And who knows what's going to happen here. The two best sides of the Northwest Football League about to play off here at the spiritual home of football on the Northwest Coast. My co-commentator today is Damien Viney. Welcome to you, Viney.
Thank you, Tubes. It's a privilege to be sitting up in the crow's nest above, above the main grandstand here.
We are legitimately as high as you can get at Latrobe. This is the point where you want to be if you want to have a bird's eye view of Latrobe and the surroundings. But in particular, Viney, we've got a great view of the Oval.
Oh, it's fantastic. And they haven't played a game on here for a number of weeks now, Tube. So it's come up a peach. The centre square there is dried out. See the central umpires practicing their bounces. Perfect conditions on the ground.
Yeah, those umpires today, Matt Clark, Daniel Wilcox, Cam Hingston in the central. Then we've got Andrew Ashberger, Bryce Chilcock and Harry Forbes running around the boundary. And in goals, we've got Caden Winwood and Steve Wilcox. So congratulations to all of our umpires who are doing a great job out here today. Viney, let's talk about these two sides, the clear two best sides in the competition this year.
Yeah, Tubes, I don't think anyone was terribly surprised that we've got a Devonport Wynyard grand final. I think the only games either have lost have been against each other, with Devonport holding the advantage of 3 wins to 1. But certainly the best two teams of the competition for the year. Well,
let's take a look at the last time they met. Well, it was actually the qualifying final. Devonport run out victors by 10 points, 6-13-49, defeating Wynyard 5-9-39.
Yeah, and I was actually at that game, Tubes. It was horrible weather a couple of weeks ago at Latrobe, raining really heavily at times, and there was nothing in that game at three-quarter time. So really close, hard, contested game. And as we're watching now, the Wynyard boys making their way out on the ground, about to run through their banner.
Led out by Sharon Egger. Of course, he's had some football at Devonport in the past. Wynyard Cats go, as we see them come out.
Yeah, there is
players to watch.
I was going to say there is a bit of a theme going through the Wynyard camp a little bit, with the coach in Bo Sharman also playing the majority of his football at Devonport before crossing to Wynyard for an opportunity to coach. Players to watch though, Tubes. I reckon the contest in the middle is going to be fierce, and I think Callan Kubecki and
this year's Darryl Baldock medalist.
Correct, and also Keegan Lowe. Although probably not going head to head, I'd imagine both of those will probably have a tag from somebody else, but they will be critical for their team.
Let's not forget, up forward for the Wynyard Cats is a man who's played AFL football in Colin Garland. Come into the side later in the year after starting the year down south and moved up to the Northwest Coast to play footy here with the Wynyard Cats.
Yeah, correct me, Tuesday. Is he playing a premiership with Clarence or no?
No, he's not played in any premierships. He's hoping to get his first one today. Players to watch for Wynyard, Viney, as you said Callum Kubicki, who's the Darryl Baldock medalist for season 2024, only by one solitary vote over Keegan Lowe.
Yep. Also up forwards, probably remiss not to mention another signing for this year for Wynyard Cats in Brendan Howard, who crossed over from Ulverston. Has kicked how many goals for the year? I'll come back to you on that, Tubes.
I think in the 30s, Viney. As I've asked you to do special comments, and you're so far butchering it, which is a nightmare from you. You're right, though. I did speak to Greg Sharman, legend and life member at the Wynyard Cats Football Club. He's been a coach, I think. He's been a president. He's also the Marist College principal. And he said that if Howard and Garland can take 8 contested 8 marks inside the forward 30, it'll be a Wynyard victory.
Yeah, interesting.
So that's an interesting take.
Yeah, and with that matchup, I'd imagine that Braden Butler is probably going to have one of them, most likely Garland, I would say, to start with.
In his first grand final, I believe.
For Braden Butler. No, he actually won one at Latrobe for Latrobe as a 16 or 17-year-old.
Right. Okay, well, there you go. That's why we've got you here, Vine, to give us all the details. Now, you've played a number of games on this ground here at Latrobe.
Yes.
Your family's synonymous with the Latrobe community. What can you tell us about this ground? There's a breeze blowing across the ground here from west to east.
Yeah,
so the way the camera's looking at the moment.
Yeah, we'll call that the high school wing or the Percival Street wing. That'll be the defensive side all day. So you can expect, especially kick-outs coming from our left, if they're going to play defensive, it'll be out on that outer wing. Incredibly difficult to kick pockets, kick goals from the pocket there with the scoreboard.
Yep.
Tubes, only the best can kick them from there.
Yeah, you're right. As we check out the umpires, they're getting prepped in the middle. We're waiting for the toss of the coin. Who's out there at the moment? Oh, it's Grant O'Brien, the chairman of the board for the Tasmania Devils. So great to see support from our future AFL club here. And the boy from Penguin, and Grant O'Brien's going to toss the coin by the look. And can't wait for that. That's going to unite all of us from the northwest to the south to the north, getting around the Tasmania Devils. How good is that going to be? Players to watch again, Devonport, the Kelly boys.
They are, yeah, both Fletcher and Oliver, excellent football players. Fletcher plays across the halfback where Oliver will be rotating through the middle. I did want to come back to you, Tubes, though, with the number of goals that Brendan
35,
Howard,
I'm guessing.
35, yep, correct. And it's probably worth mentioning that Devonport actually have the leading goal scorer for the seniors in Kai Cameron, who's another one to keep a lookout.
50 goals, I think. Did he kick 50?
Yeah, correct, 50. Number, help me out here, Tubes, to watch. Number 21, yeah. And joining him up forward will most likely be Charlie Castles, of course, teacher's aide at Our Lady of Lords. He's had a bit of a haircut, Tubes, but you'll still notice him.
Trying to bring the bowl cut back. He's number 22 with the ball there at half forward, just kicking the ball at the moment. So one to watch there. Can't wait for this game to get started. The ground looks in relatively good nick, although there is some sandy sort of area just to the western side of the cricket pitch, Viney.
Yeah, the scoreboard side here. I reckon they've just put that just to dry it out a little bit, Tubes, but walking across there.
Toss has happened, and Wynyard wins the toss, selecting to kick to the left of screen. So that's a big one, actually, because there is a breeze, and I did talk to a few punters beforehand that said, Tubes, whoever wins the toss here might win the game.
Wow.
That's a big call.
Huge call. But
it's all about now just going with the breeze. I think that breeze is favouring the left-hand side of the footy oval, the left of the screen.
Yeah, we'll certainly feel the breeze up here as well, Tubes. We're not expecting it to drop off completely over the course of the game. There were some scattered showers about. We've just had a look at the forecast and the radar. If we are bothered by any of the wet stuff, it'll only be very temporary. Overall, the weather should hold out and we should have a good dry game of football.
Kibicki's got the old pink wheels on too. They motor a little bit extra, a little bit quicker. Colin Garland in the long sleeve. You love to see that. Yeah. We've got a name synonymous with the Northwest Coast football in Kobe Jackson out there too, running around in the number 46. So
only relatively new to football this year as well, too. So he's done a really good job to get himself into this senior Wynyard team.
All right, well, we'll pause now as we wait for the national anthem. I think someone's singing it live, which is fantastic. Apologies to our singer that we don't know who it is, but here we go. Well, there you go. Top effort from that young lady singing the national anthem. Always hard to do in front of a crowd of men and women that have been here since about 9 a.m. drinking beers on the hill. So sensational stuff to that young lady. Cannot wait for this, Viney. It's going to be a massive game of footy. Give us your tip.
I've said it earlier, and I'm not going to change. So I think Devonport, with that winning experience, going for their 4th consecutive premiership, and just so well drilled and disciplined. Of course, having a new coach this year in Junior Rodman, but I just feel they've still got the edge over Wynyard, so I'm tipping Devonport by 12 points.
Well, there you go. You've heard it from Damien Viney. I don't know. I'm sensing a real lift from the Cats. They're the only team to have beaten the Magpies all year. And grand final day is just that little different, Viney.
Correct.
Kubicki, he's going to be one to watch. He's a beautiful deliverer of the ball, too. A pair of pink boots, you don't mind seeing that. The big fella down there, Zach Marshall, their tats on the inner sleeve. I think their ruck of big Billy Marshall, his work rate around the ground might just be that bigger man. He's about 6'3", the young fella, and he's massive. He's got the hops too.
Yeah, again, it'll be a key matchup against the Devonport ruckman of Evan Lockwood.
Yeah, Evan Lockwood's a little more undersized than Big Marshall, so I'm expecting that to be a critical contest.
Absolutely, Chiefs.
Not too long away from the main bounce here as we gather together for the JMC Northwest Football League Grand Final at Darryl Baldock Oval. An enormous game of footy. Cannot wait for this.
Only one change from both teams for this game, Tubes. I'm not sure if you were aware. Wynyard coming in unchanged from last week, where they were pretty comprehensive against Burnie in the preliminary over at East Devonport Oval. Devonport, only the one change from that qualifying final from a couple of weeks ago, with Keegan Lowe coming in.
Okay, so he's come back off a hamstring complaint, I believe?
Yeah, after 4 weeks. So, I mean, I've highlighted it's going to be one of the important drivers there in the Devonport midfield, but there's always that risk, isn't he? Is he a bit underdone?
Oh, I don't think a champion of the calibre of Keegan Lowe is one that you can leave out of a side, even at 50%. So really looking forward to this clash as we have the coaches' final gather here. The Wynyard boys gather together. The Devonport boys getting together in their forward 50s. You got a little info there for us?
Yeah, a little snippet. It is also, we mentioned Braden Butler probably going to Colin Garland today. It is in fact his 200th senior game.
Wow.
Having played games at Latrobe. I know he played with Devonport in the State League. Also played a couple of years at Deloraine, I believe. Back to Latrobe and now at Devonport.
A journeyman.
Yeah, absolutely.
A journeyman. We love journeymen here at the NWFL. There's a few of them getting ready to go here. A couple of big talks were hit in the Rezzies. Maybe we'll see some of that coming out a little bit later on as the players head out to their main area. Big Billy Marshall, one to watch in the ruck.
Now, they often say, Tubes, in a grand final, it's the team that settles first. Generally does a bit better.
The McIver boys, of course. Well, I find it strange, Viney, in the NWFL, 3 on the pine, if you don't mind. Not the traditional 4 that we see in most leagues. No? I think that's pretty unusual.
21, 22.
I think the 21 versus 22, yeah. Anyway.
Just keeping the match payments down, Tubes.
Oh, we got a stack out down here. So the big stack out of Cooper Stewart. Always love seeing a helmet running around on the footy field. We're about to get underway here. The 2024 Jackson Motor Company NWFL Grand Final at Darryl Baldock Oval. My name's Tubes Taylor. Damien Viney joins me. What are you seeing, Viney?
First of all, Kubicki not on the ball. He's gone forward and is being taken on by Brad Simmons, the veteran from Devonport. So that's one to watch early.
Butler and Garland do battle in the forward square. Ruck one down, Wynyard, clever. Egger got his hands free and got the handball out to Marshall. Marshall can't quite. He got it away, though. Kelly back now. It comes to Foster, who drives the ball to half forward. Couldn't quite take the mark there. I beg your pardon, it was Fleming that got the ball away, and now it's bouncing out of bounds. Is this going to be deliberate? Umpire says, no, ball it in. Just getting my names a little confused there. Apologies, folks. It was Fleming that got it out there. And we'll see a boundary throw in on the far side of Latrobe Oval. Fair number of cars getting around, and someone's brought the Venezuelans in. Ball in. Lockwood wins it down, only as far as a cat. Jumping on the ball there was Lowe. He gets his rush kick forward. Long sleeves done there was Burnell. Couldn't quite, and the Cats rushed the ball forward. Big fly. Going back with a fly. That was courageous from Tyler Kelly. Rushed forward again. Garland couldn't quite gather. Going back to get the ball will be Butler. He'll rush it across the line. Somehow it stays in. That's dangerous. Garland left it for a man, and the Cats just get it back towards the corridor. Rushed kick. It's high up and under. And there he is, the big ruck. It's actually Fletcher Kelly that rushed it forward. Ducking into it there was Sharon Egger, and he'll get a free kick too high. Short kick is on. And the Cats have a man at half forward. Looking, I think that might be Sharman on the far side. So a little too far out here. He's kicking into the breeze, so this will hold up in the breeze. And the man all by himself takes the mark.
That's the
ruckman. Magpies.
Lockwood there, the ruckman here, pushing back and taking a controlled mark.
Lockwood, controlled left foot kick. Little push in the back. Out the back, it's landed in the arms of Kelly. Kelly wheels around, sends the ball long. It's favouring the defensive work there of Griffiths. He's got time to assess. Kicks out wide. Finds Sharman. So Bo Sharman at centre wing. Gets called to play on. That's an interesting kick to a 2-on-1. Couldn't quite. McIver. Through traffic comes Wynyard. Kelly throws it on the boot. This will be wrapped up as easy as like by Griffiths. He's got some time here, and nice closing speed by Foster. Sees a boundary throw in at half forward for the Magpies.
Yeah, a well-disguised rush over the boundary line there from the Wynyard player.
So right on the paint of 50. Peanut Gallery getting involved. Marshall wins it forward. Egger, too much on it for him. Running over the ball was Foster. Rushed forward by Quebecy. Oh, Courage. That'll be a free kick. Umpire missed it. Bouncing ball here. Big tackle laid. And Jamison Foreman is caught with the footy. That'll be a ball up.
Yeah, great tackle from Simmons. And we're seeing Fletcher Kelly getting his hands on the ball early. So good signs for him.
Here comes Castles. He gets through 4. That's holding the footy. Free kick, Wynyard. Bo Sharman to take the kick. He looks up, a little too much on it for maybe Garland. No, 1-2, couldn't quite get there. Kelly gets tackled by Garland, and the umpire will ball it up. I feel like Garland needs to get back into that deep forward 50. But if he's not getting a kick...
Looks like he's staying up the ground.
Yeah. Marshall wins it down. Goes back to get it. This is what we want to see from Big Marshall. Garland needs to fly at this one. Got his hands to it, but fist came from Butler. Yeah. Ball in.
Butler doing well in these first initial contests with Garland, getting his hands to it, fisting, splitting the difference.
Ball in. Game just starting to settle a little bit here. Quebecy has company in Jack Foster. Ball comes down. Jonty McIver can't get a hold of it. Quebecy gets tossed, and he'll get a free kick. Foster's right on him. Quebecky's down, a little push and shove. We'd expect this. Question was about discipline here. Sharman just throwing a little fist there at the bowl cut.
Ball yet to come back to Quebecy. Foster did play on Quebecy a couple of weeks ago, did a great job, so he's obviously got the role again today.
Long kick, going back with the flight. Umpires pulled out a free kick. It'll go the way of the Magpies. Mason infringed upon. Short kick is okay. Finds Simmons. Still just at the back pocket. Simmons takes the kick and goes wider still. The Magpies look to just control the footy. I think is that Jack Foster? No, maybe not. Long kick. Egger at the back. Wynyard handballs over the top to space. And it rolls out in front of Burnell. And we'll see a ball in rather.
Yeah, Devonport only with the one inside 50 so far this quarter. It's certainly spent more time in the Wynyard full half, but no teams have scored.
No ascendancy here whatsoever by either side. Marshall wins it down. Rushed kick with a real high up and under went from Hodgetts. And now another boundary throw in will ensue. So 5 3/4 minutes gone in the first term. It's all tied up. You expect this in the first 5 to 10 minutes of a grand final, though, just feeling each other out, I reckon.
Absolutely.
There's had some low-scoring affairs in previous rounds. The only time that anyone really got away is round 10 when Wynyard defeated Devonport 90-37. Rush kick forward by the Cats. Garland sits underneath it, going back with a flight. That was courageous by the Devonport defender in Kelly. Now the kick comes inside forward 50. Great defensive work, and Noah Fleming takes the mark. That was great by his forward that came out and just gave him some space.
Yeah, clever little block off the ball, just to give him that little bit extra time and space to take the mark. And he'll go back for the first real shot on goal for the whole game. He'll only be about 35 out, kicking with the breeze a little bit, so I'd favour him.
I've seen kicks here just pull up in the earlier games. And here comes Fleming. That's exactly what's happened. It's just pulled up stumps as Devonport look to bring it out. The Magpies string a few handballs together and then send the ball long. Sitting underneath it's Kelly. There's your man, Reiki, who got it off to Lowe. Lowe's handball out towards Wynyard, who just muscled his mate off the ball. Short one, looking for Foster. Handball came back inboard.
Got the smother, though. Affected the smother.
It's actually Luke Keep. He was wearing a different number earlier. There's a big tackle laid here, and the umpire will say, holding the footy. So the free kick will go to the Magpies. Cameron wheels around. A little too much on it, just trying to feel the breeze out. Linane ducks back in. Short kick is on. Finds his man in Jonty McIver. McIver's got one short if he wants in his brother Harry, and he ignores him.
Clay Griffiths just pulling up a bit sore after that heavy tackle on the near side pocket here, Tubes.
Yeah, he looks a bit sore. Head knock maybe. As the Cats move the ball up the far wing. Hodgetts sends the ball inside forward 50, doesn't quite get there. Mark taken by Smith. Smith looks up. Gee, it's a very full forward line. You keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, sorry, Tubes. I'm just
Ball's
staying.
Gone out on the full.
I'm staying with the injury here with Clay Griffiths. He's limping a little bit. Pulled up a bit sore. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Keep an eye.
It was a big hit. Wynyard certainly got a hold of him. I think it was Wynyard. He looks to be okay, but just keep an eye on that because that's a big out. Short kick. Finds Ryan. Glenn Ryan hasn't got a lot to kick to here. There's not a lot of movement on that defensive wing as we nearly get blown off the crow's nest. Long kick. Should be okay. Handball comes down. Jackson got it out. Sharman. Short one. Linane to the danger spot, and coming across was Garland. Didn't quite take the mark according to the umpire. Gee, he held it for a fortnight. Umpire in the right spot, though. We are miles away from that. And the ball up.
Yeah, he definitely had first hands to it, Tubes, but I don't think he held it long enough to get the mark.
Ruck contest. Here's a chance for Kubicki. Ryan running with him as the ball just eludes all comers, and we'll see a boundary throw in the forward pocket.
They're certainly not allowing Callum Kubicki any space here at the moment. Devonport well disciplined with a different player on him now in Blair Ryan.
Yep. Ball in. When you win it down, Kubicki looking dangerous. Got one from Ryan. Did the umpire see it? Yes, he did. It was high. So Kubicki will go back from about 35 metres out. He's got to kick through the footy here because this breeze is holding them up. But Wynyard would be stoked with where they're at, given that the breeze is going to the left of screen, favouring the left of screen at least.
Yeah, absolutely, Tubes. If anything, you'd say there was a slight advantage kicking to the left, but certainly not showing that at the moment with Wynyard having more of the ball and Kubicki now with this shot on goal.
Kubicki from 35. He's not going to make the journey. Gee, who's underneath that? There's a number of players just at the footy. Wynyard got the handball out. It comes to Marshall. He got destroyed too high.
Yeah, that looked to be over the shoulder by Kelly.
Zach Marshall will go back and have a shot. It's just, you can just see the footy hold up in the wind.
Yeah, as you said, Chips, you really got to kick through the ball, maybe drop it a bit lower. Again, there's a chance this one might not make the distance either, about 35 metres.
Zach Marshall, they've had some shots on goal and they've yet to register a score. In he comes. I tell you what, that's working with the breeze beautifully, and he celebrates. Zach Marshall with the first in the game. And the Cats are up by 6 points.
Yeah, and that's reward for how well they've started this game, the Cats. They've definitely been the better team so far, and to get that first goal, give them a real big boost in this first quarter.
I'll tell you what, they've been really well led with their ball users around the ground too. If that's how the ball is holding up as you're shooting for goal, their field kicking has been immense. Maybe sheltered by the grandstand here a little.
Perhaps, yeah.
Because we're certainly copping it up. We're probably 15 metres high here, I reckon.
It looks like Fletcher Kelly's come to the boundary line to get some treatment on his right leg as well. So
back in the middle, Ryan rushes the ball forward. Wynyard with the numbers, just working through traffic, was good from Foreman. Now the kick goes to half forward. Marshall flew from behind, gathered the footy. Nicely done, Bramich, who got it out wide to the stack hat in Stewart. His kick goes long, finding your man, and Luke Keep's kick is a lovely one to the pocket and finding Cameron on the lead. Tough to kick from here though, Viney.
Oh, really tough pocket to kick a goal from, as I said earlier. And it looks like Griffiths is back on the ground. He was trailing Luke Keep on that long out lead. Couldn't stay with him, but he does seem to be moving around okay.
And he comes.
This will take a great kick from here, from that pocket.
Kai Cameron.
Leading goal kicker for Devonport.
Nice kick off the boot, I tell you what. Oh, it just misses. Kai Cameron with the first score for Devonport, being a behind.
Excellent effort from all the way out there.
Look at the little peanut gallery behind the goals of young Magpies. How good is that?
A hot prize.
Long kick. Comes out from... Oh, that's a good mark from the stacker. Stewart, short, trying to find the long sleeves of Burnell. Out they come, rush kick forward. This is a bit of chaos here, and these days sometimes require a bit of chaos. Ball comes out the back. Leading the race was Brasendale, and that's out of bounds for a ball in. 13 minutes gone. Devonport zip 1-1. Trail Wynyard 1-6 in the 2024 JMC Northwest Football League Grand Final.
It's a crowded forward line, Tube. There is no players at the Wynyard end of the ground at all.
Oh, that was hard attack by Lanane there. And we'll see a ball up 35 metres out, directly in front. Sharon Egger getting a little bit of close attention from former mates. Ruck contest was good. Here's a chance for... Oh, he's been caught there. Reiki.
Yeah, just turned in the wrong way, straight into Zach Marshall. Affected the tackle and the kick.
Marshall looked for the handball to Sharman. Now gets called to play on. Long kick out to the wing. Garland, so far from home. The ball somehow stays in. It'll be Fleming who picks it up and goes back to a teammate in Hodgetts, who wheels run around, and that's a good mark.
Felt a little bit late, and remonstration here from the Magpie team, but
Lockwood.
Umpires just waving them off.
Get out of it. Lockwood in the blue boots. Tiffany blue. Must be nice. She's had it out there for a long time. Now gets finally called to play on. Long, high up and under. Sharman's underneath it. Only one that really wanted it. Reiki out the back with a rush kick inside forward 50. Bouncing ball eludes all comers and hits the bike track here, which is looking in pretty average nick.
Yeah, the bike track doesn't get used anymore for the carnival tubes. It hasn't been used for quite a few years, so there has been call for its removal, but as you know, all these things cost money.
Someone's got a digger up here, haven't they? The ball just pops out. Rush kick from Weller. Gee, it's gone an absolute country mile. Leading the race is Kelly of the Tyler variety. He ducks under a tackle and got his handball back. Nicely done to Lockwood, who gives it off to a friend, and now the Magpies look to attack from centre wing. Just haven't really looked like it yet. I think that might be Jack Foster. Big fly, number of Magpies just stay down while the Cats go up. Big tackle laid, and the umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Yeah, you can see Wynyard definitely have, it seems like a more structured plan. Like they're certainly looking for Garland every single time they go forward, but at least they know where they're going. Devonport's just more a bit hit and hope, it feels.
Reiki in some space. His kick. It's a little worm burner, inching down towards the goals, and that one's kicked over the line for another boundary throw-in.
So they've gone for keep a couple of times, Devonport, on their inside entries. Haven't been able to get a contested mark inside their 50 yet.
I don't think there'll be many contested marks given the breeze today. Through the legs of a few players. Now a real high up and under, and a nice mark. No, Smith couldn't quite take it. It's roved nicely as Devonport look to go forward again, but the boundary line beats everyone, and we'll see another ball in. That was brilliantly stuffed by Lockie Kelly. He did really well at the bottom of the pack.
Yeah, well and truly halfway through this quarter, and Devonport yet to hit the scoreboard with a goal.
Ball in. Sharman through fingertips. Reiki been dangerous. He looks a little bit proppy, and the umpire circles and says, give it to me, fellas, I'll ball it up. Sharman at the bottom of the pack. Reiki finally manages to get up. Out it comes now, a chance. Brian, who gets it forward, and defensive work was great. Who was that? Harry McIver came over the back, smashed through a couple, and we'll see a ball up. Any further updates on the injuries there? I saw Kelly on the bench.
Yeah, Fletcher Kelly, I believe, is still down on the bench. So, not sure. I saw him getting some treatment on his leg.
Corridor ball. Here is Kelly. And he bends one around the corner. It's a bit of chaos again. Chance now for the Cats just to clear the immediate area, and that one goes out of bounds. The Devonport players looking around saying, that should be deliberate. Well, don't touch the ball before it goes over the line. You walked it across the line there. I think that's Kai Cameron.
Yeah. Devonport have pretty well structured up behind the ball here, so Wynyard will have to be careful to get a quick kick from this contest.
Egger at the bottom of the pack. Out the ball comes. Rush kick. That might have been Fleming that got it forward. Now a chance for no one because the boundary line pops up.
Yeah, so again, I mean,
they're earning their dollars over there, the boundary umpires.
Absolutely. But that was, kick to Garland. I don't think he's taken a mark yet, Garland, and Butler's doing a great job on him to keep him honest. But again, it's just movement up the ground and people know where it goes, and Wynyard will set up again.
Garland up against Lockwood. Garland wins it down. Brushed ball comes back to Egger. Egger throws it on the boot, and this one will go over the boundary line again. So scrappy stuff here in the NWFL Grand Final. Thanks to JMC. 18 and a half minutes gone, and we've seen one goal.
Yeah, it's certainly a tough, tight contest, Tubes, and that's what we saw at Devonport a couple of weeks ago as well.
Garland wins the ball down, and the umpire circles, and Bo Sharman will throw it back to the referee. Garland wins it back into the corridor. Through with pace came Fleming. Umpire says holding the man without the footy. Free kick Devonport.
Yeah, that'll go to Lowe. Just hard at it. Certainly no signs of being rusty so far in this game.
Lowe to Butler. Butler across the top to Ryan. So Ryan with a fresh fade. Where does his hair stop and his hair start? He's run himself into a bit of trouble. Nicely done by Marshall, who got the smother. Now the handball came over the top. Garland gets it back, does Ryan. Short kick isn't the full distance. It comes out to Stewart. Stewart's kick goes long. Flying is the big ruckman. Big Evan can't quite take the mark. What's happening now, Vonnie? A little ball up.
Yeah, it'll be a ball up. Probably could have been a free kick to Lowe. Certainly got taken without it. getting a bit of a hard tag there from Kobe Jackson.
Lockwood runs at the footy. Free kick to Egger. So, not many kids named after a footy. As that ball goes inside forward 50. Nice defensive work. Gee, you love seeing that from Derrico.
Golden fist. It is appropriate, though, Tubesy, for an AFL footballer, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He's a quality footballer too. Oh, Sharon Egger. So boundary throw-in. It's been all Wynyard in this game so far. They've kept it in there forward 50 for the longest period of time, I would have suggested. As the ball comes in, one down by Lockwood. There's Castles to Wynyard. Wynyard with a rush one. Nice fly. Got in front of his man, and that was a push. Infringing there was Billy Marshall. Now the advantage is taken. Here's Keep. Can't quite take the mark. Now a chance for Sharman, who got it up. And a long kick from the long sleeves of McIver down towards Garland.
Well, it was only a matter of time, Tubes. They kept looking for him. He was able just to give Butler a bit of a shove, take a pretty comfortable mark in the end.
And these troubling conditions, like the breeze is just swirling around, it's gusty, it's hard. I think they're just starting to figure it out here, but how good was that in the middle? It might have been Fleming that got the handball up to McIver. In comes Garland. Oh, geez, punted that one, and it's through for a goal. He loves it too. Colin Garland gets his first, the second for the Cats, and they lead by 11 points. 2-zip, 12 Wynyard to Devonport. Zip 1-1 in the late stage of the first term here at Darryl Baldock Oval.
And probably going against what we were predicting, Tubes, with the left being probably a bit more of the goal scoring end. So to have 2 goals against the wind is a great start for Wynyard.
Yeah, it certainly is. Ruck contest again. Now comes Kabicki. Castles. Might have been Kelly. Kelly got it off. Long kick down towards Castles. There's a couple of kids out there with bowl cuts. Here he comes, Candy. Got his handball away. Burnell smothered. Handball out wide. They've got a bit of time here. Oh, just can't shrug a tackle and let the footy drop. So it's a free kick going the way of Kelly.
Yeah.
I think this is maybe Ollie. His kick. A little too much on it, and sitting all by himself. They're going to pay the mark, or are they going to pay the free kick?
It'll be a free kick in front, Choose, push out against Kai Cameron, who's probably the person Devonport want to be kicking this ball. He's going to be about 25 out, almost directly in front, and really should put this one away and get a goal on the board for the Devonport Magpies.
In comes Kai Cameron. How many goals has he kicked, Finey?
50, Tubes.
That's a pretty good effort for a season. Kai Cameron must kick just for a bit of belief for the Magpies. Touch ball. So he's got a little too close to the man on the mark, Kai Cameron. He's kicked 2 behinds in the term. And Wynyard get away with another one. Long kick, Egger. Played on. Then rushes one forward. Clash Guernsey's required, please. I'd like to see Devonport back in the teal.
I haven't played in that for a while, Tubes, since I've gone back to the more traditional Magpie strip. I probably would have preferred them in the white back, just to distinguish a bit more from the navy.
Ruck contest, Billy Marshall gets over there. There's a free kick going the way of Marshall. There is. There's a few Marshalls running around out there, Vinesy.
Yeah, Marshalls and Kellys. Good chance one of them is going to have the ball.
Long one.
There's a Kelly.
Oh, there was some pace on the ball there. Gee,
there he is.
Tell you what. Out they come. Wynyard in some space. Looks up. Does the kick hold up in the breeze? It doesn't. Oh, great mark. Courage. Darcy Brasendale. Caught one in the guts.
Yeah, coming across was Kurt Mason. Made him earn that one.
Marshall gets another free kick. That should be 50. Won't be. Short one is on. Through the fingertips there of Jai Marshall. Can the Marshall boys goes wide. And the Cats attacking through the defensive side. They'll be happy to keep the footy over here until quarter time. Long kick. Fugo. Ryan got the handball back, and that one's just walked across the line by Van Buren. And we'll see a boundary throw-in.
Tackled across the line by Marshall too. So they picked themselves up on the out of wing.
Could bit in it.
A bit in it. Sharman and Lowe back on the ground.
Lockwood run it down. Kubicki can't get away from that heavy tag he's just getting all day. And they're rotating too. Brad Simons is on him right now. And there goes the siren for quarter time. So it's a quarter that was dominated by scrap, I would say, although Wynyard are in front. 2-12. They lead Devonport zip 2-2. The quarter went for 25 minutes, so that's an interesting one, Viney. Better players for the term?
For Wynyard, they had some key drive out of the middle there. I think Fleming and Zach Marshall seemed to get quite a few, including a goal. Was that the other?
Yeah, no, goal kickers today. Zach Marshall with the first, Colin Garland with one as well. They're the only goal kickers for the game. I think when they get it in the hands of their primary ball movers in Sharman, Fleming, and they haven't even really needed Callum Kubicki. He's not really had much of a run because he's having this really strong tag, Viney.
Yeah, Kubicki's been really well held in that first quarter. Devonport, across the halfback, Fletcher Kelly, has got his hands on it quite a bit.
Yeah, there's some good players. It's just been a real scrappy affair. We'll take a quick break here. At quarter time, it's the Wynyard Cats leading the Devonport Magpies in the 2024 JMC Northwest Football League Grand Final here at Darryl Baldock Oval. Tubes Taylor here with you, along with Damien Viney. It's currently the Cats by 10 points. Welcome back to the second term of the JMC Northwest Football League Grand Final at Darryl Baldock Oval in Latrobe. My name's Tubes Taylor. Pleasure to have your company from wherever you are watching. Big game of footy here. It's the Cats by 10 points. So we wait for the crowd to just remove themselves from the oval. We're broadcasting from the Crow's Nest on top of the grandstand here. Wonderful to have your company from wherever you are watching. We've got Oz kickers about to come out at half-time soon after this second term. Viney, what's the message from the coaches at quarter time?
Devonport just happy with how that's settled so far, just needing to make more of their opportunities when they do get it forward. They know how hard it is to get in there. They want to see some reward for effort.
Now the ball comes to this sandy part of the wing. You might call it the beach. Ryan's been important. Ball comes back. The Magpies move the ball forward. Holds up in the breeze. Kelly does really well. He does extremely well. He's got a couple to beat here, and now a free kick going the way of Kelly. That is Ollie Kelly. And now a little push and shove.
And it was Tyler Kelly who rebounded off half back. We're expecting to see a bit more of him during this game as umpire calls play on.
So the most of the attacking's been to this end. Fist comes from Brasendale over the back. Kabicki trying hard. He's got 4 Magpies around him, and the umpire finally says, no, I'll take it, thanks, at 40 metres out in front of the Magpies' goal. Just strolling out of the ruck there, and it's rushed through for another point to Kai Cameron.
Yep.
He's now kicked 3 behinds. So they look like they've come out with some real intent, the Magpies. Having to take it across here. I think that's Brasendale, who will look longer afield and go in the Brasendale direction. A mark taken just inside the line.
Yeah, wonderful running from Brasendale then to push forward onto the wing.
Short kick finds Marshall. Marshall's kick out wide. Trying to take the mark by himself there was Weller, and he had some company, and now it goes across the line. Is this a trip? It'll go the way of the Magpies, I think. Umpires pulled out a free kick. No, now it's been reversed. Yep.
For Weller.
Yep. He signalled the wrong way, the umpire. So Keegan Weller. This is a tough spot to kick the ball in. It's the defensive side of the ground for the Magpies. Long kick inside forward 50. Garland from a couple back. He's taken a mark.
Yeah, Devonport stretched there as it went into the forward line. Butler has gone to Howard, which meant it was Derrico left with the big Colin Garland, and he's got his dukes up, Tubes.
He has, so he'll go back. Tough kick. Directly in front. The breeze is just swirling all around the place. That's what makes it tough. I think, if anything, it might have died a little bit, but it is blowing across his body from his left to right. In comes Colin Garland, former Demon star in the AFL, and he's sprayed it.
Yeah, just pushed it to the left a bit there to make the score 3 Devonport. 2 goals, 1-13 for Wynyard.
Castles came from the back. Marshall underneath the ball. Out he gets it to Ryan. Lockwood can't get the kick. Handball comes out to no one in particular. Linane gets tackled, and we'll see a ball up. Just forward of centre on this grandstand wing. No one really wanted the ball. Ryan went and got it. Tried to give it off to Byard. Byard tried to give a Shepherd. Just scooped it up there and threw it up to his man in Jonty McIver. Ball moves forward. Garland. Interesting kick. Just tapped it on. Now gets tackled without the footy. Out it comes for the Magpies, and it will be cleared by Kelly. Kelly looks toward Castles. He can't quite get there. McIver trying hard. Kabicki got his handball out. Nicely done. Gets it off to a man in McIver, and the kick is good, finding Fleming. Fleming's kick inside forward 50. Big fly by Marshall. Down the bottom of the pack there was Simmons. That ball comes out. Now the Magpies are out. They've got a bit of time and space. Ollington with a kick up towards the long man in Keep. Keep got smashed by Griffiths. Griffiths goes back. Give his handball out to a mate. And they'll move the ball forward again, the Magpies, because they're going to get it here. No, they won't. They've slipped over at a critical moment. Oh, brilliant stuff Little hot. Gee, that's a 9-iron chip. This might come down.
Underneath that.
Not even
No
in the sandpit. Well done. Nice gather there by the long sleeves in Burnell, and the umpire finally arrives and says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Yeah, some excellent work over on the outer wing by Griffiths. Just got interrupted when he went to kick. Couldn't get it cleared.
Scrappy stuff here. Rushed kick forward. Came by Billy Marshall. And now it's out of bounds and tackled onto the oval over there. And that will be a free kick. And just a little overzealous.
Yeah, unnecessary on Braden Van Buren's going to have the kick. I'm not sure who tackled. Was it a Marshall over there?
Just say Marshall. Long kick. And that's a good mark by Jonty McIver. Had a bit of it. Now we're seeing a little bit of a punch on here. Sharman.
And Castles. Just getting tangled.
McIver, though, with the footy. Sends a high one. You can see how it carries in the breeze in that direction. And going back to the flight, it's Fletcher Kelly who brings the ball into a dangerous spot. Oh, dear. Linane just through the fingertips, bending one around there. And now it's what's happened here.
Simmons with courage to get a fist on that ball. And he's copped one high from Linane. So he'll go back and have his kick. I think he'll be okay, but Fletcher Kelly breathes a big sigh of relief and give a clunk of a kick.
Simmons goes out to the fresh haircut of Ryan. Ryan has got sunscreen on today. His little chip goes over the top to Lowe. Haven't called his name a lot today. Lowe now going all the way back to Kelly of the Fletcher variety.
He's got Simmons on if he wants, but he elects to go up the middle to Forster.
Turn ball by ball. Now are you? Special comments.
Fill in the gaps, Tubes. That went over the head of...
No, go for it, mate. Yeah, you go. Now it's inside forward 50. Dangerous stuff here. Kelly going back. So's Lowe. Lowe does really well. Gets met by Linane. Linane's got his handball up. And out it comes now to Derrico, who clears the ball out. And the Magpies have some time and space. Derrico now just pops it up. Oh, but Linane runs into the pocket. Dangerous stuff. Handballs to advantage of himself. Then spun out of trouble. Got it over the top to Marshall. Marshall's going to get a free kick. No, it's going to Linane. He'll take the kick from the tough pocket to kick to.
Yeah, just almost strange there in some of the decision-making from the Devonport players. I'm very confused and not really sure what they wanted to do. End up going backwards, turning the ball over and giving away a free kick. So we'll have Linane from that really difficult pocket to score from as he goes back on a really tight angle.
Really tough to kick from here. Only the best can do it. Gets really close to the man on the mark. In fact, I think it was affected. Now Kubicki around the corner. Brilliant. No. Just snuck in for a behind.
Starting to get his hands on it a little bit now, Kubicki. A little bit more space.
Out it comes Stewart. Long kick. Fist came from behind. Reiki gave it off to the haircut and Ryan. Back to Reiki. Long kick down towards Keep, but the boundary beats everyone.
Seem to be breaking down a fair bit across that half forward is Devonport. Just need to be a little bit cleaner with that next kick in. Give their half forwards a chance to take a mark.
Ball in again. Lockwood wins it down. McIver just rushed on his kick there. Got a handball up, only as far as a Magpie though. Fist came from behind from McIver. Reiki tackles a man viciously and the umpire says we'll ball it up.
Devonport will take that though. It's on their, basically on their forward line on that outer pocket.
Ruck got Shepherd out of it. Handball scooping back to McIver. McIver gave it to a runner and the Cats are out here. Jackson with a bit of work to do. Now it's a foot race. Who's at home? No one. Bouncing ball cleverly trapped by Tyler Kelly. Inboard on the left. It's a dangerous kick to Kelly of the Fletcher variety. Gets it up. Got it back. Kelly now sends the ball inside forward 50. Who's going to get it? Magpies. Big double Cats. Brasendale tackle with McIver in there. And we'll see a ball up. Been impressed with Harry McIver today. He's been very good off half back.
Yeah, got his hands on.
In fact, here he is right now off the ground with a little punt into space. It's Kelly. Chasing is Jai Marshall. Does it sit for Kelly? It does. He fists off, and then Jackson got in his way. Now a chance for the Cats if they can gather. Simmons did really well and then tackled Jackson. They got the ball away. Scooping handball came up from Bramich to Kelly. Kelly's rush kick will land in the arms of McIver. Should have fallen over, would have got 50. McIver. Interesting kick. It'll land in the arms of Marshall. Jai Marshall got a gift, won the raffle, and he'll go back and kick from directly in front, about 40 metres out.
Yeah, Jonty McIver's had a good day so far, Tubes. He's got his hands on it a bit. Oh, as we go short here to Linane, I think.
It is Linane. Well picked up.
So he's probably marginally closer shot on goal with a bit more of an angle. So I can only assume Marshall didn't like his chances from where he was, has given up to the more known goal kicker in Linane.
So Michael Linane maybe will kick from about 40 out. The breeze going across his body from his left to right. 10 minutes gone in the second term. It's snuck in. He likes it, Michael Linane. He's got one in a grand final, and the Cats have kicked their third.
Yeah, he liked that off the boot, Linane. He was well and truly up before it went through the goals. Devonport, the pressure just starts to mount. You don't want to go into half-time of a grand final without scoring a goal.
Well, so far that's not looking likely, is it? There's been no real proper shots on goal for the Devonport Magpies. Their kicks that they've had towards goal have been on tough angles, and they haven't been able to do it.
Yeah, and some good rebounding from the Wynyard defenders as well, and McIver and Griffiths.
So now it goes forward for the Magpies. Ryan's trying really hard. Now pushing the back. He's going to get a free kick here.
Might be on his range though, Tubes, for the haircut.
I'm just trying to get a look at him earlier as he handballs off. Now this is dangerous because he's run an absolute mile here into the pocket, and somehow it's landed in the arms of Kurt Mason. Old Stackhat Stewart ran himself into trouble.
And again, they've passed off a shot that was directly in front for one on a much tighter angle. Although Mason is going back with some purpose here, so he's definitely going to have a shot.
Mason with the tough stickers on the left calf. In he comes. Sends it goal. Gee, it's a beautiful kick, and no, it's faded late.
Yeah, looked online, Tubes. We were right behind it. Just pushed it left in the end. This is going to come back out this way to Egger.
Egger takes the mark at half back. Handballs over the top to a running man. And now a bit of time and space for Smith, who sends the ball along to Garland. Was he infringed upon? No. Now wheeling around. It's a good kick to a dangerous spot. Just a little too heavy for Howard. As the Magpies look to clear the area. Tyler Kelly, short one, and it's chopped off. I think that's Ollington. Left foot kick inside forward 50. Garland over the back, a chance for Marshall. Dives on the footy. Well, did he drag it in? Umpire's trying to circle here, and he'll ball it up. They look a lot more dangerous as they go forward.
That last passage of play down here in front of us, Tubes, was probably the cleanest for the game so far, ending with a mark for Garland.
Marshall stripped of it. Great tackle. Nicely done. Van Buren.
Correct.
Oh, you just fact-checking me, are you?
Fact-checking.
Okay. Out it comes now. Derrico, short. Finds a man in Mason. Mason again, short. To the fast wheels are low. Not a lot to kick to here. He's got a man in Mason in board, but he decides against that as that one's touched off the boot and bounces inside just at centre wing for a boundary throw-in.
Right in front of us here, Tubes. We'll have a real good look at this one as the players get organised for the boundary throw-in at centre wing.
An easier boundary throw-in from this side of the ground,
Absolutely.
let me tell you, with a bit of breeze. Nicely done. McIver gathered the footy. Byard tries to bust through a few. Kelly got a handball out, too much on it. Lowe missed the footy. Jackson did too. They're all overrunning the footy. Then a throw come up to McIver, and it's a mark at half back to the Magpies. I'll say Tyler Kelly, no. Maybe. Handball came over the top. Kicked off the ground here. Low, too much on it. Linane through traffic, gets it on to Egger. Egger just taps it on. Was that a throw? No, umpire said play on. Now a chance for Garland again. Yeah. That was clever by Egger.
It was slick in front of us, Tubes. First for Egger not to take possession, not once but twice. Tap it on to...
It was Noah Fleming, I think.
Yeah, Fleming again. So excellent kick from Fleming to Garland's advantage. And he's just starting to gain some ascendancy in the forward line now, Tubes.
In comes Colin Garland.
We're right behind it.
He stabs at the ball and it's gone straight over the umpire's lead. He's got 2 in the grand final, Colin Garland. And the Cats extend their lead even further.
Yeah.
4 straight goal, 4-1 actually, 25 to the Magpies. Zip 4.
Yeah, and Garland turned towards the hill and just gave him, that's how you do it, boys. Can only imagine they were giving him a bit of encouragement there, Choose. Kick truly.
Yeah, brilliant stuff.
The hill would no doubt be filled up with quite a few of the Devonport Development League boys who won their grand final earlier against Wynyard.
Wynyard, 4-2-26, they lead. Out it comes for Kelly. Kelly's kick. Umpire almost got in the road there of the man coming to meet the footy in Kelly. Kelly's kick goes down towards Castles at the back. Nicely done. He got the body in the right position. Brasendale's trying hard. Umpire says no. Egger out of traffic. Gets his handball over the top to Fleming. Fleming looks up. He's got Jackson on a lead and he goes in that direction. Just overkicked it a little bit too much. Bouncing ball now for Howard. Howard does well to get it back to McIver. McIver down low was Kelly. Garland trying hard. Just can't get his hands on the footy now. He's going to get caught holding the ball because he's dragged it in. And the umpire says, against you, Cole.
So it's free kick to Butler.
Oh, Butler.
Not a whole lot for him to give it to him here, Road Tubes.
So he goes to the defensive wing. Brasendale a little overzealous, and this one goes out of bounds. Ball in. There's a spot there for your phone, Viney. That's what I'm saying to you as we see a ball in. Kelly rushed his kick forward and that one will be out of bounds. Another boundary throw-in, or will that be insufficient attempt to keep the ball in play? And the umpire says, yes, it'll be a free kick going the way of the Cats. So Foreman to take the ball on the defensive side of the oval. Just the defensive side for the Cats of the wing. Long kick. Working his man under the footy was McIver. Out the back, Lockwood with a rushed one. Going down, Courage going back with a flight by Bo Bramage. Never did that in my career, ever.
He's earned himself a free kick for it as well, Choose.
Fair enough, too. If you're going to do that, short one. Finds Ollie Kelly. There's a bit of space inside Devonport's forward 50 as it goes short to Lockie Kelly. Now gets called to play on, sells a bit of candy and drives the ball long. Who's at home? The Brasendale brothers. Out it comes now from McIver. He can't take it. He gets trapped with a footy, gave it away. Castles kept it in. Benny one around nose. Nice, desperate stuff by McIver. And we'll see a ball in.
Devonport, again, just not looking as clean and as clinical going forward as Wynyard are. 18
minutes gone in the second term. 4-2-26, Wynyard lead. Devonport zip 4-4.
Yeah, Devonport.
McIver got it out. Kabicki trying hard to bring himself into the game, and he's tackled for a ball up. What have they got to do to get back in the game, Viney?
Devonport would dearly love a goal before half-time. That'll start it, but they just need to get a bit more as a flag is flapping in the face up here in the Crows.
Wynyard. Rush kick forward by Reiki. Now a chance. Wynyard won't miss this. Lock it in. No, behind. Gee, I'll put the commentator's curse on there.
If there was a time for a captain's goal, this is it.
Short kick onto McIver. He's got Brasendale short if he wants. Decides against that. He'll go further afield. Marshall through fingertips. Now a chance for Egger. Handball came out from Kelly. Then got trapped. Big tackle laid. Umpire will ball it up. Keegan Lowe just looks a little bit proppy, Viney. Rush.
Just come back on the ground.
That's a dangerous kick. Oh, I'll tell you what. Great pressure. Brandon Howard in front. It was a great tackle by Noah Fleming. Just did not give up. The long sleeve Burnell just took a little bit too much, bit off a bit more than they could chew, and the kick landed straight in the arms of Big Howard.
Yeah, does that count as a forward entry?
I don't think so. It's a definite clanger. Bit of respect on the flag there, Von.
Yeah. Howard's going to line up for his first goal. Might be his first kick today, actually. Straight in front.
He's just tugged it to the left of goal, and he's kicked it behind.
Does the goal kickers clap? I'll get that next one and maybe point to somebody.
Next one.
You go and stand in the pocket.
Stewart brings the ball out to the human haircut and Ryan. And Ryan does really well. Plays on immediately. Egger, hot on his hammer. Long kick down towards Wynyard. Will the boundary beat Wynyard? It will. So a ball in here at half forward for the Magpies. 21 minutes creeping over for the second term. Ball in. McIver can't quite. Lanane, he got tackled. Out it came for Burnell. He couldn't quite. Scrappy stuff. Umpire finally sees the light and will ball it up. Low wheels around on that left foot and all by himself. Oh, gee, should have gobbled that up. McIver didn't. Got the handball out. They'll clear the ball momentarily. Big fly. Oh, great mark to Ollington. Eyes for the footy. Took a screamer over a teammate.
Yeah, just made it his, didn't he? Wanted it more than anyone else. Devonport just breaking down at that half-forward line again, not finding a target.
It's all Cats here. Nice tackle laid. Rush kick. Lands in the arms of Bramich. Goes towards the centre. Byard's all by himself in the middle of the oval. Through comes Lowe. Lowe's got a man in deep. The kick isn't great. Cats will chop it off. Got the handball away. Oh, out the ball comes again. The Magpies just wasting the footy there.
Outnumbered in the forward line. Two tubes, though. Wynyard just better structure back there as Griffiths gets it and kicks to the outer wing to Egger.
Egger at half-back. He's got Bramich on short. He goes in that direction. He just started to get excited for the Magpies, and they just haven't been able to control the footy. And then as they go inside forward 50, they waste it. Brasendale. Long kick. Finds a man by himself. McIver. Jonty McIver wheels around on the left boot. Sends it inside forward 50 to Garland. 1-2. Can't take the mark. He's got hands on the footy and a hands on a man. And the umpire will circle here and ball it up. Garland in the ruck. Lockwood. Garland wins it down. Jackson gathers the footy. Got jumped on immediately by Van Buren. And we'll see another ball up. Garland and Lockwood to do battle again. Garland out of the ruck. Tapped it down to a man in Marshall who got tackled high. And the umpire saw it. He said, you ducked into it. That's holding the footy. Great tackle, Kelly. Who's sore here, Viney.
Very proppy.
Short one. Is that Van Buren? Butler, yeah. Kelly down behind play. Keep an eye on that one. Byard. Kicks long. That's what they need. Gee, they're just getting in each other's way here, the Magpies.
Numbers with Wynyard again in their back line.
Griffith got it up, out towards Brassendale. Scoopy stuff here at half forward. Brassendale trying hard again. And now the umpire circles and we'll see another ball up at half forward.
Yeah, can't be much left in this second quarter, Tubes.
First one went for 24 minutes. This one's creeping up to 24 now. They'd love a goal here, the Magpies. Wynyard trying to get his charges. Linane, Kelly, Egger, McIver, ball up. So ball up at half forward. Linane got clotheslined. Rush kick forward by Lowe. Might work out okay. Nice defensive work by Foreman. Ball out the back, bouncing, bobbling. Kubicki, who's just come into the game somehow. Kelly with a rush kick. Who's at home? It'll be a big fly from everyone involved and a nice mark taken. I think that's a Kelly, and of the Lockie variety it is. So he'll kick directly in front, about 40 metres out. We'll put the man on the mark stand. Can he kick it from here, Viney?
Oh, the Devonport supporters would dearly love it, Tubes. We've seen 2 or 3 goals at this end from similar distances not make the distance, and I don't think the wind has died off at all, so he's going to have to make sure he kicks through the ball and gets every bit of it.
And he comes.
Straight in front, though.
Lockie Kelly. He's pretty confident. As the breeze not going to be a problem here. It's straight through the middle. And finally, the Magpies hit the scoreboard with their first major of the game.
That's what it needed.
Lockie Kelly with the first for the Magpies at the 25-minute mark of the second term.
Yeah, and just casting my eyes down here to the Devonport bench. Looks like Fletcher Kelly is back on and perhaps even going down into the club rooms early to get some treatment on what looks like his left calf or knee.
Left knee, I reckon, Viney.
He's already got the right hamstring strapped up from earlier in the day.
And there's the half-time siren. So right on the cusp of the first half, Lockie Kelly breaks through with the first goal for the Magpies. It's the Magpies, 1-5-11, trailing the Cats, 4-3-27. Goal kickers for the Magpies. It's only Lockie Kelly. And for the Cats, Colin Garland's got 2, Zach Marshall has 1, and Michael Linane with 1. It's a 16-point margin in favour of the Cats, Viney. Break down the first half for us.
Well, what we have seen, Tubes, is that Wynyard, when going forward, when they've got that use of the ball, just a bit more clinical, a bit more organised, and to be honest, from up here it looks like for within the team a bit more predictable. They're moving the ball nicely, obviously making use of Colin Garland's height. Brendan Howard able to have a shot on goal late in that quarter, but the chief movers in particular, Jonty McIver.
Oh, he was great in that term.
And also Noah Fleming, I think, has had an excellent first half.
Yeah, he's been very, very good. Let's not forget Billy Marshall in that term might be coming off with a little sore shoulder, Viney. I think the Marshall boys, Zach and Jai, have been really good up forward, and Curtis Brassendale was very good in that term. But you're right, Bo Sharman, Noah Fleming, been very, very good through the middle. But in that term, I really liked the work of Jonty McIver. I thought he was best on ground in that second term. For the Magpies, well, they started to come into the game.
Yeah, Keegan Lowe starting to
get a hand on the footy.
Yeah, looked to hopefully assert some influence, backed up a little bit by the veterans there in Quade Wynyard and also Brad Simon.
Started to get their hands on the footy,
leading from the front, yeah. Cross half back.
Fletcher Kelly,
and I think
Ollie Kelly.
The other Kelly, no, I was going to say.
Lockie Kelly.
The other one.
The other Kelly.
Who's left?
Fletcher.
Tyler. Tyler Kelly.
Well, as the kids come out for the Oz kick, it's great to see young boys and girls getting around local footy. We're going to take a break here in the 2024 Jackson Motor Company Northwest Football League Grand Final from the Darryl Baldock Oval here in Latrobe. It's the Magpies trailing the Cats 1-5-11 to 4-3-27. My name's Tubes Taylor. I'm with Damien Viney. Don't go anywhere. Second half coming up next. Welcome back to Darryl Baldock Oval for the 2024 Northwest Football League Grand Final. It's currently a 16-point margin in favour of the Cats. Wynyard 4-3-27, leading Devonport 1-5-11. Tubes Taylor here with you from Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes on 107.3 in Hobart or anywhere via the Listener app. Download it for free today. Genuine pleasure to have your company. I've got Damien Viney next to me on special comments. Viney,
yes,
how are you seeing this game play out?
Oh, before I get to that, Tubes, I was just wondering if you could do me a favour and shut the window a little bit just to let this breathe.
There are no windows, there are no walls. We are on top of the Crow's Nest at Darryl Baldock Oval, and it is blustery at best, and you are a little cold because you are a tiny little man.
Yes. Speaking of little men, we've had a shout-out, Tubes.
Have we?
Yes. I've had a message here.
Get in touch via Instagram at Tubes. We have had a shout-out.
A Northwest Football League legend in Josh Dutchy Holland, somewhere in Northern Australia, I believe, somewhere warm.
Well, hello, Dutchy, to you, and an absolute champion, not just of Northwest football, but of Tasmanian football. As the umpire holds the ball aloft, getting ready for the third term of this JMC NWFL Grand Final. It's currently the Cats by 16 points. The ball comes out. Kubicki is held off the footy. Umpire didn't see it. McIver lays a tackle. Umpire circles ball up. What do you reckon the message was at half-time, Viney?
I feel like with Devonport, they're getting enough of it. They just have to be a little bit smarter when they're going forward with it, linking up with their half-forwards.
Kubicki gets tackled by Ryan, and we'll see another ball up. He's been good, Ryan. Fast. With a real fresh fade. Marshall takes it out of the ruck and then just dropped it. Umpire said play on. Scoopy little handball comes out here for the Magpies, and they move the ball forward. Attacking the ball was Keep. He left the footy behind though. Nicely done by Kelly, who got it out to Reiki. Reiki goes down looking towards the big man in Cameron, and it beats everyone across the boundary for a ball in.
Yeah, that last goal from Devonport deep in that second quarter by
Lockie Kelly
could turn out to be quite pivotal in the context of the game. What did Bo Sharman say to his charges down there, Shoots?
He just wants more of it. He feels like if they can hold off in this third term like they did in the first, if they can get a couple of goals here and keep the margin pretty level, they'll come home with a wet sail. Long kick inside forward 50, going back to the flight. It was a number of bodies. Umpires pulled out a free kick, and it's Devonport. It'll go to Kelly.
Yeah, unnecessary from the Wynyard players there. Like, they all wanted to affect the score. I think it was 3-on-1, and somehow they've managed to give a free kick away to Kelly, who will line up for his second.
So Lockie Kelly, we've seen goals missed from here today as the breeze is just swirling. If anything, it might have died down a touch. But Lockie Kelly looking towards goal. He approaches nicely. Looks okay off the boot. It's straight over the goal umpire's head. Exactly the start they wanted at the Magpies. They had only kicked one goal in around 50 minutes of footy, and now they've got another one within the first 2 minutes of the third term.
Yeah, it'll cut the margin to 10, Tube, so clearly game on still here. It's definitely not out of the question, and definitely well within Devonport to string a quarter together and completely turn this game around.
2-5-17. The Magpies trail the Cats 4-3-27. 2.5 minutes gone in the first term. It's game on here at Latrobe. Marshall wins it down. Low, trying hard. Out the back from McIver. Rushes a kick forward. Bouncing ball, lovely gather. Kubicki, haven't called his name too much. Low tackles him hard, and that's holding the ball. Low goes back and pushes the Darryl Baldock medalist off the footy, and he'll take the kick from half back. There's numbers in the middle. Tyler Kelly, long kick to half forward. Keith does well, brings the ball to the bottom of the pack. Kelly got smashed in a tackle. Egger with a bit of pace, has a bounce, runs through the sandpit, then kicks one low and short to a teammate. Egger kept running on, then sends a worm burner down towards Garland, who gets it on the second grab. He'll wheel around and sends the ball long inside forward 50, looking right in the sun. Everyone got missed. Now bouncing ball out the back. It's a chance here for Mason Hodgetts, who goes to the top of the square, and mark taken by Kelly of the Fletcher variety. And he'll just settle things down here at the last line of defence. Wheels around. Big fist came over the top from Brassendale. And now the ball beats Kelly across the line.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Fletcher Kelly's injuries. He's got strapping. He's definitely keeping the trainers busy today.
Ball in. The trainers are wearing some serious high-vis too. It's like a real bright green. Lockwood got his handball over the top. Linane got tackled immediately. Umpire will take the ball. Just saw them get stuck in the sun there with Big Howard. Couldn't quite get a hold of it.
Yeah, sunny enough here at Latrobe. And I think that rain should definitely stay away for this second half. So that's something.
Free kick downfield. Just going the way of Keep.
Yeah, and that's Keegan Lowe just starting to get involved a little bit more.
Kelly again, he's proving a handful. Wheel around onto the left boot. That's a beautiful kick. Little too much on it. Brassendale got a hand in there. Now Kelly comes through, just scoops the ball forward, then gets tackled hard, and umpire circles, no prior opportunity. Ball up. Reiki getting involved. He's pretty keen to get in there and get the opposition off his teammate. Bouncing ball out the back, Reiki with a scoopy handball over the top, looking for that man in Bramich, who pops it up to a danger spot. Brassendale underneath, and it pops to the bottom of the pack. Row kick underneath Linane. Handballs over the top. Finds Fleming. Fleming with a rush one. The Cats look dangerous here. They've got numbers around the footy. Good kick. Finds a man. I think that's Weller.
Garland is one out on Butler.
Garland going back with a flight. Needs to get this one on the boot and does, and he just hits it a bit too flush. And he's kicked it behind.
Excellent ball movement from the Wynyard midfield to get that in quickly. Putting Butler under all sorts of pressure back there.
Low to bring the ball in. Sends a kick towards Keep. It'll sit up for him nicely. Got his handball back. Inboard. Who's at home? No one. So Marshall, big man, takes a hold of the footy. Just lost his feet though. You've got to keep your feet in the grand final. Then Marshall tries a little bit of DDT work on an opposition player in Burnell, and we'll see a ball up. Looks a little sore in that left shoulder, Marshall. Quebecki out the back, rushed kick, and at home, the only man was Tyler Kelly. Taylor sends the ball down to the human bowl cut in Castles. He wheels around and sends one real high out towards this man, and now all by himself in the end is Ty Cameron. Takes an uncontested grab. He's looking to play on here. The umpire's going to take him way round.
I'm not sure if that kick from Castles was by design. It sort of came off the side of his boot a bit, but it was perfect for Cameron, just to his advantage over the back shoulder. And Wynyard defender there, it was Brassendale, couldn't get near it.
Cameron's kicked 3 behinds here. It's a tough kick, but the breeze has died down somewhat as the flag is not up. Maybe just blowing in his face here.
Goal kickers though, Tubes, you know they'll keep going at it.
Oh yes. And that's horrible. In fact, it's out on the full.
That was yuck.
And out on the full to Kai Bramich. Defensive side. Bramich just owes him one here. Did some beautiful work off the ball. Gets it to Castles. Back to that man, Cameron, towards goal. It's a beauty. Wow! Get out of town. That is brilliant. He absolutely owed them, Cameron. And he's kicked the second goal of the third term.
He's had 3 set shots and hasn't come near it, Tubes, and he's waited to. Now, that was an incredible goal from the boundary. Incredibly difficult to kick it from there.
Unbelievable stuff from Kai Cameron. Take a bow.
That cuts the margin now, Tubes, to less than a goal. Just
5
points. Yep.
So 2 goals in the third term for the Magpies. They kicked 1 goal in 50 minutes, and they've kicked 2 in 8 to bring the margin back to 5 points.
Yeah, well, low-scoring game here at Latrobe, so not going to take much for the game to go either way.
Marshall got it down. Now the Cats look to go forward through the other Marshall. Van Buren happy to see that one across the line. We'll see a boundary throw-in. Ball in. Looking directly in the sun. It's been a good battle today. Low, tackled a man without the footy, then went and dove on it. Umpire circles, and it'll be a ball up. He's given away free kicks like that. The umpire in other quarters, but didn't see a prior opportunity in that regard. Kubicki got it out somehow. Tackle without it, Marshall. Wynyard gave the handball to the advantage of a teammate who came through like a freight train. Wynyard ducked into trouble and then just dropped the footy. Umpires circling at the back. Rolling ball in. Deep inside forward 50 for the Cats. Wynyard doing a bit of...
Is that Wynyard v. Sharman?
It is, yeah. A couple of veterans.
Old teammates, just angry old men.
Wynyard out the back. It came for Derrico, who sent a high one. Out it comes the back for Marshall. Kelly didn't have a hold of the footy. Now a chance as they go forward through Cameron. Racing over the back. Castles, whatever you want to call him. He's a big unit. He spun into trouble and then he got tackled. Brazendale. Brilliant.
He zigged and he zagged, Tubes, but his feet let him down and he was tackled well by Brazendale.
Kubicki has a short option, decides to go long. Worked the man under the ball, did Sharman. Sharman now happy to see it across the line for a ball in. Goodness me. It's a real seesawing affair here. 10 minutes gone in the third term of the NWFL Grand Final. The Cats lead 4-4-28 to the Magpies, 3-5-23. Low, got a hand on it. Fleming hassled him, then got him across the face. Umpire said, no, you ducked into that. In comes the stack at of Stewart, who sends the ball up to the wing, and that's out of bounds on the full. Free kick going the way of the Cats in Foreman. Not a lot to kick to, so he handballs over the top to McIver. Gets it back now, Foreman. Foreman again with a handball. Goes out wide. Fleming with a short one. Van Buren scoops a handball up for Simons. Wheeling around Fleming. Short kick inside forward 50. Mark taken. Howard looks up. Looks like Colin Garland's having a spell here. So the kick will come inside forward 50. It's going to drop short. Bouncing ball, Ryan does really well. He's been very, very good for the Magpies. Jackson, he's dangerous in this position. Scoops one over the top. Handball came up towards Marshall, who's at home. No one's there, and now there's been a free kick. It's going the way of the Magpies.
Yeah, I think that's going to go to the ruckman down there.
Yeah, Lockwood.
Yep.
Lockwood to Van Buren. Got a short one on to Kelly. If Kelly keeps leading, he stops though. Reiki is on short again. Reiki's still there. Instead, he goes over his head and long towards Keep, who takes a strong mark at half back. He's got Castle short. He goes towards Kelly. They're outnumbered, the defence of the Cats. If they can move the ball quickly, Kelly sends the ball long. Brazendale going back with a flight. They've got numbers everywhere here. The Magpies, they got in each other's way. Brazendale, now a chance as they run into an open goal. Mason's got one. 3 goals in the term after kicking 1.5. And the term's only 10.5 minutes old.
Absolutely, Chuck. Just popped up in the right spot there for Mason.
They were outnumbered, though, well before that. The Cats' defence.
Yeah, had him on the back foot.
Magpies have hit the front. Would you believe it?
It was the kick in long by
Van Buren.
Van Buren. Great kick in.
And then the contested mark at half back to
Keep.
Keep.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Probably clearly the best string of possessions that Devonport's had all day, and starting to look more like a genuine premiership contender, Tubes.
Well, they've come back into the game because they didn't look like it early. They are at the scoring end. Egger cops on high, then just scooped the handball out. Reiki threw it out. Now they go forward through Bramich. Bramich's kick down towards Kelly. This man's been very, very good. Here's Castles, and they've got another one. Wow!
Yes, Charlie Castles, very classy on the left foot, roving and kicking truly. Devonport go to a 7-point lead.
Goodness me. They can't buy a free kick. The ball cat's in the middle. Sharon Egger had his mullet ripped off. He's going, I'm going to have to learn the new player there because his mullet's it's floating through the breeze. Pretty sure it's out floating through sassafras at the moment. Might even... What are you laughing at?
I see sassafras.
Oh, yeah, you can. Here we go. Kubicki got his handball away. Then got tackled without the footy and held, and the umpire has given him one. I'll tell you what, Jack Foster has ridden him all day. Kubicki hasn't got a lot to kick to here. There's a lot of numbers, and the ball just holds up in the breeze. Back with the flight. Here's a chance for Jackson to get one against the tide. Does he get it? No. Here comes Stewart with a long kick. He had his name all over that one. Did Darcy Brasendale. Ball just holding up in the breeze. You can see it there. That's a good mark.
Yeah, strong contested grab.
Howard, I think.
Howard, yeah, exactly.
Howard wheels around, sends the ball to a dangerous spot. Marshall couldn't quite, then just dragged it back in, scooped it backwards. Byard. Kelly gave it to Kelly. Goes backwards. Rush kick forward. Touch ball play on. Ryan got his hands on the footy. Kelly doing really well in traffic. Got it away, but all by himself. Oh, couldn't take it now. A chance as they go forward for Cameron. Cameron goes down towards Castles. He's got Brasendale hot in his hammer. Well done. Keep your feet, young man. Great defensive work by Darcy Brasendale. Gets the ball up to centre wing.
He's going to run out there in front of Foreman.
Yep.
So we'll have a ball in on the outer side wing. Forward of centre for the Devonport Magpies, who are in the front by one solitary goal.
5-5-35. The Magpies lead the Cats. 4-5-29. We knew it was going to be an arm wrestle. We knew it was going to be a low-scoring affair. It's been quality to watch. Handball came out the top. McIver couldn't quite. Scrappy stuff here at centre wing. Trying to scrap it out towards Kubicki. Byard got it over the top. Now Foster with a worm burner to Castles. Look at him. The man, you can't fit a square peg in a round hole, but you can fit a bowl cut on a square man. Look at him. He's a powerful forward, and he's looked really dangerous.
Yeah, he's gone back with purpose. He's been a bit of a live wire since they've pushed him forward, Castles. Now for a chance to extend the Devonport lead. Sorry, Tubes.
He goes short and finds Reiki, who just has a little word and says, I've taken a mark in front of you. I would like to go back and have a shot at goal.
If you please, sir.
Do you mind if I have a shot?
He's pacing it out. He's going to kick from virtually directly in front, I'd say, Tubes, maybe 35 metres out.
The breeze has picked up a little bit here, Stan.
Yeah, but I feel like he should just go straight over his head here.
Reiki. And handy point.
Fades to the left.
That's their first blemish on the scoreboard. They've kicked 4 straight goals before that point. So Brasendale.
Howard, another strong mark out in front.
Looked good in that contested area. Out it comes now for Fleming. Fleming just needs to stop and gather. He's got a man in assistance. He decides to go shorter, finds McIver. They've got numbers forward. They're not moving the ball quick enough for mine.
Garland, one out.
Now there's numbers behind the footy. They've got an extra 3 players behind here, and they've just forced a boundary throw in.
It took way too long to get that ball in there. I'm not sure what he was waiting for. He had Garland one out against Butler. Butler would have been very happy for him just to hold it, and now it's been rushed over into that outer side pocket for Wynyard. Garland to do the ruck work there.
Oh, yeah, and then almost the kick out of the air. Garland trying hard, a scoop out towards Byard. Byard with a clever handball. They've got numbers out here. Here comes Stewart, who sends the ball long. They've got numbers behind the footy. They all go up, and the one man stays down. Keep has company, though. Rush kick inside forward 50. Bouncing ball. Oh, great work again just to hold the contest. Brasendale did really well and clears the kick momentarily. Jackson trying hard. Foster, Jackson, boundary line.
Gives him a little bit of treatment over the line as well. And Quade Byard comes over and says hello. Sharman in there as well. They'll sort it out now. We'll have a boundary throw in on the near side wing.
Quade Byard with the socks up. The breeze can't even blow his socks down. Here's a chance now for Kelly, who's smashed in a tackle. And the umpire says, no prior, I'll ball it up, thanks.
Strong tackle there from the football Edgar.
Castles just rushes one forward. Linane gets pushed in the back. Umpire says play on. Clever touch on to Byard. Byard gives it over. Now a chance as Byard just gathers the footy and bangs it back towards goal. Brilliant! Right in front of the goals! He's done it in front of the peanut gallery too.
It was on the left foot. They're not going to write up what sort of kick it was. It didn't matter, but it went through the middle.
It was atrocious.
Mongrel forward punt, but went straight as an arrow shoots.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff from Quade Byard, the captain. It just was a real pumpkin of a ball. And it went through the middle. Like you said, Viney, they don't write. Quade Byard kicked the worst kick I've ever seen, and it sailed through the middle to put them up by 13 points. 20 minutes gone in the third term. And they just are losing it a little bit here, Wynyard, as the ball gets rushed forward by Marshall, who goes down towards Marshall. Stewart. Oh, Reiki just went the man, not the ball. And now it'll be a ball up right at centre wing.
Yeah, Reiki went really hard at Fleming, who we haven't called as much this quarter, Tubes.
No, haven't.
Gone out a bit. And there's a little bit of for drizzle just starting to sprinkle out here at Latrobe Oval. Plenty of wind to blow it away.
Free kick being pulled out and a 50-metre penalty against the Devonport Magpies. So Marshall will get taken inside forward 50. It's a long 52 in comparison to the one we saw in the Rezzies earlier, Viney.
That's the full measure from umpire Matt Clark. He knows how to pace them out. And this will be...
Billy Marshall.
Yeah, a chance for a rare goal, rare opportunity on goal for Wynyard now in this quarter. Haven't kicked one this quarter, Tubes.
Haven't even looked like it, Viney. Anyway, Marshall sends it goalward, and he's just missed.
He started to celebrate, Tubes.
He did. He got the fist bumps out.
He was willing the umpire to
It's okay to celebrate a point. Okay, here we go.
Stack hat.
Stewart to bring the ball out. Hello, Stewart. Bouncing ball at the back. Kelly. Byard gets it up to Bramage. Bramage just panicked a little. Byard just attacking with elbows. Scrappy stuff. Umpire circles and we'll ball it up.
And we're back to one straight kick the difference. 6-6. Devonport leading Wynyard at 4-6-30.
Bouncing ball, Byard, who's come into the game in this term. It's taken him a while to get warm.
It's a little bit fumbly over there on that outer wing, though, the veteran.
It's a long way down when you've got hamstrings like that, Viney.
I know. Did enough to get it over the line, and they'll reset on the outer wing.
Ball in. Marshall. McIver nearly got falconised. Kicked off the ground by Marshall. Oh, that is absolutely massive. Great contest. There's a man down behind play. I think it's Noah Fleming.
It is. And
Kubicki gets it out. Jackson takes a mark. And they should stop play here. Yep.
Yeah,
no, they're going to keep going. As the ball now in the arms of Sharman, it was a huge contest.
Yeah, I think it was...
Tyler Kelly came out.
Kelly came out, clipped him with his hip. I'm not sure who's down over there, too. Is it Fleming?
Yeah, I think it's Fleming.
So it's Fleming. He's probably copped a hip to the side of the head. It spun him right around a full 360. And when you see the opposition put their hand up and say, hey, we're going to need some assistance, they're calling for the stretcher now.
Yep.
I think Kelly knew he'd got him pretty solidly. I'm surprised the umpire didn't stop play a little bit early in that. But regardless of that, we're going to have a little bit of a break here while we sort him out.
Don't like seeing that at all.
No, it was...
Currently Devonport 6-6-42 leading the Cats 4-6-30, a 12-point margin.
Yeah.
They've had a 5-goal term so far, Devonport, and there's plenty of breeze going in their direction as the stretchers get out there, and this is what we don't like seeing at all.
No, I'll imagine that the teams are going to realise this is going to be quite a delay now. They should get together. It looks like that's what they're doing now.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a dislocated or broken collarbone.
I think they look more concerned with their head neck area, Tubes, but from all the way up on top of the grandstand and from all the way over here, I felt that one and it hurt.
It looked pretty close for me as I've got the binoculars out, but yeah, it was one of those contests where Tyler Kelly just came through like a freight train and going back couldn't quite see what was coming. And that's a big out. Noah Fleming is a sensational footballer for the Cats.
Kelly running off the ground now. He doesn't seem to be too bothered by the contest, so he'll be all right. And certainly no malice in it at all, Tubes. Just a hard body-on-body contest.
We're just taking a look at the replay here that we've got, as I'm pretty sure it was.
Eyes for
Fleming.
the ball.
Yeah, eyes for the footy.
Just copped a hit.
An amazing contest. But we don't like seeing players hurt like this.
No, not in, especially not in grand finals. We only hope it's not too serious for Fleming, but I would hazard a guess, Tubes, that he's not going to take any further part in this game today.
You've played plenty of senior footy, Stan, and you've seen injuries like this in the past. What does this do for a club? What's the message from the captains?
Well, I mean, in some way, it could work as a bit of a circuit breaker for Wynyard. They've just come out of the halftime change rooms and almost a bit shell-shocked, and the momentum has been all with Devonport. So now we've got a break of play. Obviously, the teams got together. Handy to have the coach out in the ground there in Bo Sharman. So he had an extra opportunity just to get his team together and say, hey, guys, calm down. We're well and truly still in this. There's only 2 goals in it, 2 straight kicks.
We'll have the breeze coming home in the last term.
Yeah.
We saw it in the Magoos. They weren't able to get across the line.
Nope.
But they've lost a soldier in Noah Fleming running through the middle. So who steps up? For mine, it has to be Kabiki. I think Kabiki's the one who has to come back.
Yeah, I think McIver's had a decent game so far, so there'll be more pressure.
Keep talking to me.
On him.
Finish your sentence, mate.
You're looking at me like I was speaking Spanglish.
Yeah, well, you sort of were.
As we see,
I thought we might need the. I thought we might need the ambulance up here because you were having a stroke.
As we see Fleming come to the near side now on the stretcher.
So there he goes.
Microphone just getting a quick adjustment as well as Fleming gets an applaud.
He looks relatively sore.
He looks in a bit of discomfort. Hopefully not too serious, but we would suggest he will take no further part in this game this afternoon.
No, he's done.
But if we go back to the footy, we've got a shot on goal. Who took the mark on
I think it's Howard.
Howard. So they were able to get an uncontested mark forward. I don't think he'll have the distance from their Tube, so we'll see a contest in the square. Or is it Sharman? It's Sharman, in fact.
Sharman, actually. I'll tell you what, he won't have the distance, says Damien Viney. He's absolutely plugged.
You told me the wrong player. If you told me it was Sharman, it would have been left footer. He'll give it his all. But the minor score with the stacker to kick it back out, it's Stewart.
So Stewart is saying defensive side, fellas. He goes in that direction. He goes long, looking for Kelly and Bayard at the back. Kabiki. He's got a hold of the footy, gives it back to Sharman. Sharman out of bounds. Looks a little sore.
Yeah, pulled up a little lame over there. Sharman, but might have been just a bit disappointed he took the ball out of bounds.
Probably. Centre wing. Boundary throw in. Lockwood works his man under the footy and then gets a free kick again. So it'll be a free kick going to Marshall. Marshall sends the ball long. flight that, he says. Oh, I tell you what. That's the big man, Derrico, who went up for a big fly. Oh, trouble here as McIver handballs over the top to Egger. Egger has his kick smothered, went back and got the footy. Another smother, went back and got the footy, and now a ball up. And now holding the footy. As a man's down behind play, I think Kelly. No, it's just cramped by the looks of things. I'm not sure.
Fletcher Kelly, perhaps, as Cameron gives it off. It's
Bramich, I think. Bramich might be a little trouble here. Marshall went back and got it. Now a chance for Kelly. Gives it off and gets it back. Drives it inside forward 50 for Kelly. Worked under the footy. They're in trouble here, the Cats. They finally get some numbers back. McIver with a handball out towards a teammate and just left the ball behind. Did Mason Hodgetts, and now the umpire circles for a ball up.
Another player down, stretching with cramp too.
Keep an eye on those injuries for us, Viney, as the ball is thrown up. Kubicki, low, wheels around, sends it to a really dangerous spot. Big fly, a number of players get back as the ball bobbles, and it won't be any mark. Yeah. It'll be three-quarter time. Devonport 6-6-42 lead at Wynyard to 4-7-31. It's an 11-point margin in favour of Devonport. Goal kickers for the Magpies. Well, they kicked 5 in that term, Viney. 2 to Lockie Kelly, then singles to Kurt Mason. Quade Byard with an absolute beautiful ball. Kai Cameron's kicked 1, and Charlie Castles has the other. For the Cats, it's 2 to Colin Garland and 1 to Zach Marshall and Michael Linane. Can they come back, Viney? It's 11 points at three-quarter time.
Oh, absolutely, Choose. If we know anything about this game, 2 goals is very little and not enough to sort of rest on their laurels. Devonport think they've done enough, and we believe there's a bit of an advantage kicking to that left of screen. So Wynyard will be coming home with a wet sail. Every opportunity to still snatch a victory. So we're all set up for a great last quarter in a relatively low-scoring affair here at Latrobe Football Ground. Devonport leading 6-6-42 to Wynyard 4-7-31.
I guess the question is, Viney, can the Cats do it? It was a 16-point margin in their favour at half-time, and now they've got an 11-point deficit, a 27-point turnaround for the Magpies.
Yeah, huge quarter from Devonport. And as we've been sort of stressing, if they took their opportunities, they had enough of it in the first half, they just weren't converting. Now getting some scores on the board and have a handy lead going into the last quarter.
A 5-goal term for the Magpies sees them in front by 11 points. We'll take a quick break here, grab a bite to eat and a quick drink. Don't go anywhere though. The final term of the JMC Northwest Football League Grand Final at Darryl Baldock Oval in Latrobe. Coming up next.
Thanks everyone. Thank you everyone that has contributed this today. It means the world. Thanks to the Latrobe Football Club for getting behind me, and all aboard for my run in November. Thank you and enjoy the game.
Welcome back. Fourth term about to get underway here at Darrell Baldock Oval. We've got a game on our hands. Devonport 6-6-42. Leading the Cats 4-7-31. 11 scoring shots to 12. That usually tells a story that it's been an even match. It's an 11-point margin in favour of the Magpies. My name's Tubes Taylor from Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes in Hobart. A pleasure to be back home on the northwest coast. I'm joined by Damien Viney. How do you see this game panning out, Vinesy?
Thanks, Tubes. I think your call late in that last quarter, in the third quarter, we're talking about Callan Kubicki needs to get off the chain. He's starting forward here. He's got Simmons on him as we head into the first bounce.
Marshall wins it out of the ruck. The ball just bounces on the cricket pitch. Out it comes now for Wynyard. Got in the way did Lockwood. Lockwood scoops up to Lowe. Lowe goes out to Bramich, who's back on the field after having a banana and some pickle juice. Sends the ball deep inside forward 50. Roving it beautifully was Keep. Bending it towards the top of the square. Castles can't quite. Kept his feet though, did the big bulk man. Then just threw it away. Umpire says holding the footy. Great tackle, Brasendale.
Yeah, he's really been a bit of a lift for the Devonport forward line, Charlie Castles. Couldn't get his foot on it that time. Ooh, that kick's not great.
It's okay. It's worked out okay. It's a mark inside the line, so it's in the field of play. That works. Long kick towards Brasendale through the corridor. Don't mind this. Why not roll the dice? It was great work by Brasendale, who kept running. He got in the way, did Reiki. Now gets called to play on. Sends a little lofted drive out towards the wing. Fist came over the back. Chance for Marshall. He kept his feet. Did really well for a big man. It's a long way down for him to gather the footy, and he gets beaten by the boundary line, and we'll see a ball out.
Yeah, we'll have Marshall and Lockwood battling again. Been pretty well matched, those two, all day.
Yeah, I thought Marshall might be big around the ground, but he plays overs, Lockwood. He wins the ruck contest down to Lowe. Lowe gives his handball off to Simons, who sends the ball long. And coming out to meet the ball is Cameron. Cameron wheels around on the right boot. They look dangerous, the Devonport Magpies. Big fist over the top from McIver. Bouncing ball. Keep. Tackle without the footy. Through with pace came Kelly. And now umpire says holding the footy. Not sure where the prior was, but that's okay. Umpire in the best position. I'm actually in a crow's nest. Kick goes wide. Lowe got under the footy. Egger. Ball in. Whew. You can just feel the tension.
It's building up, Troops. You know who we didn't mention had a big third quarter?
Castles.
I was going to say Lockie Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
Up forward.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Lockie Kelly looked dangerous. Looked real dangerous. Marshall got it away. McIver tackled by Wynyard, and all ball up. Was more of a cuddle than anything. Egger tackled out the ball. Umpire saw it. It'll go to him. Sharon Egger has the footy on the paint of 50. Has a short one on. Finds his man in Foreman. Not a lot to kick to. There's a short one on. And 50. Inside the protected area. Can you please take that, says the umpire. They're not real happy about it.
You can only imagine the umpire was giving some instruction there about not to go. It gives Foreman a chance to pump it inside 50.
Garland worked underneath the ball. Beautifully done by Butler. Rushed kick. Handball to Wynyard. Wynyard to Lowe. Lowe looks up. Great kick. Finds Kelly. Castles looks up. Keeps all by himself inside forward 50. They're playing really high. The defensive six of the Cats, rather. Handball comes inboard. Short kick was smothered by Brasendale. It was actually Egger. Nice tackle on Foster. Big, huge tackle, umpire says ball up.
Yeah, Devonport were out then. The kick just wasn't the best to keep, just not to his advantage.
Well, Keep could have kept going. Marshall. Keep. Sharman. Ooh. Ryan. Ryan from the pocket got his kick smothered. Linane left the ball behind. Now a quick goal here for Mason. And the umpire slipped over. He sprayed it. What are you saying, Viney?
Oh, wonderful pickup from Mason. Just off his shoelaces and got the kick away. Just didn't have quite the curl on it to steer it through. And another point for Devonport, just adding more pressure into this game.
Griffiths with a long one down the wing. Now foot race. Van Buren has company. Bends it back to Ryan. Ryan at half forward. He's got a paddock in front of him and not a lot to kick to as it's a very clustered forward line. It'll drop short. They just all flew there. Keep. Linane. Tackle. Ball up. Just really messy forward line here for the Magpies. Griffiths won it down. Ryan goes back to Foster. Foster's kick to a really dangerous spot. Brasendale very good. Scoops the handball out wide. The Cats look towards Jackson. Griffiths, it's Bramich that got in the way. Couldn't quite take the mark. Chance for McIver off the ground. Griffiths with a handball to a man in trouble. Handball came over the top. They've got numbers here, the Cats. They just need to raffle it. But through with pace comes a genius in low who sprays it to the far side out on the full.
Yeah, just applying pressure. Those Devonport midfielders playing high and getting involved. Low's really lifted.
5 minutes gone in the final term. It's a 12-point margin in favour of the Magpies. Bloke down behind plays Griffiths. Through came Sharman. Got his handball only as far as Kelly. Kelly sprays it out on the full.
Got two Wynyard players down behind play. Looks like someone's coming to the boundary with a shoulder. And also Griffiths is getting up gingerly. I think that was some friendly fire.
Yeah, it's Marshall, the ruckman, who's hurt that right shoulder. Looks like it might have popped out, and he's a bit angry about it too. Need to roll the dice here, the Cats rather. Sharman can't quite take the mark. Through with pace came Byard. Kelly got it over the top to Ryan. Ryan's got a country mile to walk in front of goal. He sends it goalward. It's through. The human haircut has got a beauty. Blair Ryan gets the first goal against the Breeze and gives them some breathing room. 18 points the margin.
And they've certainly found their voice up on the hill as well, Tubes, cheering that one home. Wynyard potentially down to one on the interchange now. It might become a factor as we get into this last quarter.
Goodness me, 7-7-49. The Magpies inch a little closer to their fourth in a row. Sharman trying hard. Out it comes Lowe. Kubicki. Bouncing ball for Lowe. Great attack on the footy. Sharman trying hard. Kubicki in a telephone box in a sandpit. We'll ball it up.
Yeah. We've got Weller, Keegan Weller now doing the ruck work for Wynyard, going up against
Lockwood.
Correct.
Free kick going against Weller. So it'll be Lockwood to take the kick. Right in the sandpit against the Breeze. Gee, it's a real bush punt. Floating ball inside forward 50. Out the back, a chance for Kelly. Kelly gets wrapped up by McIver. And it's holding the footy. Great tackle.
Yeah, brilliant tackle. Chased out tackle from McIver.
Oh dear. Egger goes wide towards Sharman. Sharman taps it on. Looking for Marshall. Marshall's tackled high. It'll be a free kick and maybe 50. No, umpire says that's okay. Marshall's long kick down towards Garland and Co. They all flew. Out at pop. Now chances they go forward again. Low. Took the mark. Didn't realise he'd taken the mark, but gee, I tell you what, Butler's been good. Dangerous kick into the middle. They've got numbers here now. Oh, gee, it was brilliant by Kelly, who then just sprays it out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, it looks like he kicked for touch, but he got a little bit too much of it. That one's gone out of bounds on the full. Great attack from Griffith. He had to take ball, but just couldn't get past
What? A player? Are you
Lockie
looking?
Kelly.
Oh,
Yep,
right,
yeah,
okay.
Lockie Kelly, that's
Right,
it.
I didn't know whether you were
Should've
talking
just gone
about,
with Kelly.
Should have just said something. Instead, you zipped your lip and didn't say a word and looked a bit silly. Long kick inside forward 50. Jackson, brilliant stuff again. They've been so good. Butler, wide. Finds Foster. Foster looks up to the haircut and he's overkicked it. Just bounces inside the line for a ball in right in the centre of Latrobe Rec. Darryl Baldock Oval.
Yeah, so 3 straight kicks in it. We'd really need the next one. Keep themselves in.
Well, they've lost their engine room. You know.
Yeah, down to 1 on the bench makes it difficult. They really need the next one.
They got Billy Marshall out with a shoulder. Noah Fleming got knocked into next week. And they need Kubicki and maybe this man, Linane, to start getting their hands on the footy. Looks like Marshall is back on, perhaps.
Yeah, he's gone forward, I think.
As the kick comes inside forward 50, and here's Keep. When you just can't get their hands on the footy, the engine room of the Magpies has just been far too strong. We've seen Keegan Lowe come into the game after having a very quiet first half.
Yeah, he's taken a little bit of time to find his feet, having that 4 weeks off with his hamstring, but he's proving pivotal.
Keep just tugs it out on the full.
So, 7-7-49 for Devonport.
And they've
playing
kicked
4-7-31 for Wynyard Tubes.
Out it comes now. Smith's got a short one on. Finds his man in Weller. Just like to see him possess the footy a bit here, Viney. Just a little too much pepper on that too, as we'll see a boundary throw in.
Yeah,
just forward to centre.
Yeah, over the head of Howard. If you're going to play that short chipping game, you've got to make sure of those kicks. But we'll have it as a throw in on centre wing. And Marshall back out there. So
yeah, good to see.
Marshall v Lockwood.
It's been a good battle all day. Wins it down. Kelly got his handball out. Trouble. Low. Umpire says it was a throw.
Yeah, great tackle by Egger. He's really had a go all day.
Hasn't been overly influential on the game just yet. He's done a couple of nice things as the ball goes inside forward 50 and again chopping it off. The defensive 6 of the Magpies has been brilliant. I think that might have been your man Derrico that took the mark. It was, and he gets the ball back off Reiki. The umpire's pulled out a free kick. It's going the way of the Cats.
Yeah, going against Butler. Had the mismatch. Put the hand over the shoulder, which means that we've got Garland now unmarked forward.
Foreman to Griffiths. Griffiths wheels around, sends it to a spot. Who's at home? It's all Cats. But the Magpies win out Simo. And Simmons takes the mark. Low, wide to Reiki, the healer.
Good.
Low, who's just getting away from that tag now.
Oh, that's down ground, I would have think.
A little bit overzealous from Marshall.
And he's going to go back and say something else, and he just needs to calm down here, the kid. We've got another Marshall running in.
Just a little bit undisciplined here.
I'll stay with the fight, Tubes, if you want to stay with the kick.
Cameron has a kick on goal here. Just behind play, getting a bit silly. Yeah. Someone needs to be sent off here, honestly. Just send him off.
A couple of Marshalls. Quaid just asserting his dominance.
Anyway, Cameron across the face of goal, through from behind.
Yeah, undisciplined play though by, I think it was Jai Marshall, giving that down the ground free kick for a late high hit on Low. Unnecessary. Kelly throws himself in on that pack, and Sharon Egger throws himself in on him.
Well, it's in danger here of just getting, like, there's still time for the Cats. We saw 5 goals kicked, we saw 3 in 8 minutes, and now there's been a free kick pulled out. Who's it going to, Viney?
It's going to Lockwood, and I think it might be against either Sharman or Egger. I didn't quite catch the infringement. Egger's on the mark.
Well, it doesn't matter.
And the ruckman looking around for someone to give it off to.
Give it to me, says Ryan, and Ryan goes bang and sends one 50 metres, but it just stays in. Brasendale off the ground into a dangerous spot. Pace shown on the footy. Out it comes now. Cameron got it back to Ryan, and there's a free kick going to the Cats.
Yeah, free kick to Sharman, just had his head over it. High tackle on the coach.
Sharman sends it long, and someone's doing a burnout. Oh, Egger. Brilliant. Courageous. Desperate to get his charges moving. Long kick.
Great kick. He's played on, has he not?
No, he hasn't played on. Now the ball inside to Marshall. Marshall's kick is bending beautifully, and it's punched across the line. Great defensive work.
It was Van Buren coming over the top to get a fist on that last line.
So it'll be Stewart to bring it out from fullback. Bit of work to do here for the Cats.
Kai Cameron coming to the bench with a bit of cramp, I think, Tubes. We'll keep an eye on that.
Someone get him a pickle juice. Quebecki taps it to advantage. Through comes Linane. Oh, big tackle laid. I think that was on Jonty McIver, and it'll be another ball up. So they've just lifted here, the Magpies, in this last half. They couldn't manage any more than a goal in the first term. Reiki, handball to himself, then just gave it to Kelly. McIver. Can they get one here just for a little bit of belief? McIver goes long. Handballs into the middle. Sharman, Stewart. He's been very good. His long kick wasn't great.
Nice. Straight to Griffiths. He brings it inside to McIver.
McIver wheels around on the left boot down towards Garland. Fist came from Kelly. Now a chance as he's going through for a goal. No, it was Howard that missed.
Yeah, Howard slung as he kicked it and across the face. So
handy point if they can get 3 goals in 8 minutes, Finey. I reckon there's about 8 minutes to go.
Okay.
The Magpies, 7-8-50, lead the Cats, 4-9-33. Stewart brings the ball out long. Big fly. No one can get a hold of it. Wynyard taps the ball on, and it just rolls out of bounds. How many boundary throws have we had in this exact section?
16.
16. Good stats from you, Stanley. 17 minutes gone in the third turn of the JMC NWFL Grand Final here for season 2024. Boundary thrown. Look at the wind work that ball. Quebecki. Or Kubicki, if you like. Long, flying ball out the back. Kelly has numbers, laced a tackle, and it's caught holding the footy.
Oh, he kicked it though.
I think it hit the ground before he kicked it, so it's a free kick. Who's got this? I think it's Mason.
Yep.
Weller, sorry.
Has kicked a goal today? No, has not. So he's going to be kicking from about 30 metres out. Certainly a gettable goal, and one that Wynyard desperately need, Tubes.
Bit of belief here for the Cats. And he comes. Weller. He likes it. The umpire likes it too. It's a goal. And the margin back to 11.
Yeah, breathing some life into the Wynyard cause. 2 straight kicks in it.
Well, 1 goal 5 actually, Viney, is what the actual margin is. 11 points the margin.
I'll just wait for the scoreboard to come up. In fact, it is
11 points. Yeah, I know what's going on. I've been paying attention, whereas you get distracted. You're like, there's a bug on your tubes, or there's a bloke over here driving a ute down the street with a Pinecrest tank on the back of it.
Jeez, it's cold.
Back in the middle. Gee, it's cold. Kubicki. Yeah, out he comes. Long kick. Inside forward 50. Where are the forwards? Nicely done. Brasendale's wrapped up. He could have given away. He didn't.
I think that was a Kelly wrapped up.
It was.
And a bear hug from Colin Garland.
Big Fletcher Kelly.
Late in this quarter now.
Garland. Over the top of Kelly. Then gets sat on. Out it comes for Lockwood. Wynyard wrestles with a man. Marshall stripped of it. Tripped was Wynyard. Boundary throw in. Ball up. The umpires just copping a bit in the peanut gallery there at the wet area.
It's very full.
Ball in right on the paint of 50 for the Cats. Garland wins it out of the ruck. Tapped it on. Chance now. Out it came for Marshall. Oh, great smother by Stewart. Gee, he's done some good things.
Yeah, that was important. That was very important. Wynyard be happy though. Still locked in their forward line.
They've got time. But they're playing against the champions at the Magpies. Garland got pushed off the ball. Egger. No, it's come out the back. It's bounced in Kelly's hands. Now a kick to space. Leading the race is Burnell. Hot on his hammer is Hodgetts. And Burnell's happy to see it across the line. And the umpire says ball it in.
Yeah, that would be a win for Magpies. Just to get some time, to get some players over to that outer side wing.
They look tired.
Set up. Yeah, there's a few players stretching and cramping. And Wynyard obviously down to 2 on the bench. So we'll see how much that has to play as well.
Ball in. 20 minutes just ticks over. We've got no idea how long there is in the term. Marshall scoop it out of the ruck. Rush kick forward. That might have been Bramich. Here's a chance now to reset from half-back. McIver's there. He shrugs past one, got his kick away. Byer just punched it forward. Now a quick kick. It lands in the arms. I think that might be Jonty McIver. At half-back, he's got Linane on a long lead. Instead, he goes further afield. Nice, strong mark. Taken by Howard. Howard wheels around. Oh, slips catch. Taken by Kelly. And the crowd just keeps pumping the horns as Kelly sends the ball to the wing. Howard in front. Couldn't quite take the mark. Umpire says it's a free kick to you, Howard. So he'll get the free kick at centre wing. Who's at home? He's got Colin Garland on a short one. Instead he goes out to his right. Think that's a McIver. Forgive me if it's not, as the long kick comes inside forward 50. Who's at home? Colin Garland. Oh, strong mark. Taken by the big man in Cameron, who's floated back. You can't have a shot from there, Kai.
He came sprinting out onto the ground before that kick went in, Tubes, to get into that contest. He's done a great job to get to it.
A free kick going the way of Butler, who hasn't played in the grand final since when? Under 17s at Latrobe.
It was a senior grand final. I think it was 2013 or 14.
Wow.
2014.
Make stuff up on the run, Viney. That's
10
fine.
10 years ago, Latrobe defeated
22 minutes creeping up. Wynyard needs something here. Going back with a flight was Marshall. Courageously, he kept going. He's got Ryan for company. The human haircut did well. McIver. Low. Over the footy. And now the umpire will ball it up.
Cameron still down there lurking in the hole. It's a spare.
Marshall got his hands free, then just threw it away. Umpire saw it too. It'll be a free kick to Van Buren. So, what's happening here, Viney? Can the Cats come back, or is it going to be a four-peat? We'll take a look. Van Buren's long kick. Big fly at the back. Players down everywhere. Drop the footy. And a tackle with it. No, I was going to say Kubicki will get the free kick. So Kubicki needs to send one long. He's got a short option here. Finds it two in Marshall. Marshall reels around, sending the ball to the teeth of the goals. And Garland needs to go back quick. He knows this. He's experienced. He'll go back and he'll kick it goal to put them within 5 points. Colin Garland. Oh, he's kicked into the man on the mark, and Stewart's rushed it through from behind. Goodness me.
Yeah, still got to go back and kick the goal. Choose. We know there's only a couple of minutes left in the game, but you got to kick him.
Colin Garland with his head in his hands.
Game's
he needs
not over.
to reset. In it comes, pushed in the back. Umpire didn't see that free kick. Out it comes, the handball. Kubicki wheels around, throws it on the boot. Who's at home? Garland will fly from about 7 deep. It's been a mark taken by Howard. Needs to be quick. They haven't got a lot of time. Must kick goal. 24 minutes gone in the final term of a grand final. It's a 10-point margin. Howard hasn't kicked a goal yet today. Must kick this one as the breeze picks up. He sends it goalward. It's through. It's a 4-point margin. Game on.
As we tick over 24 and a half minutes in this last quarter, I can't imagine there's more than a minute left in it, Tubes. Siren could go at any time and we're down to...
Who knows?
4 points.
4 points the margin here at Darryl Baldock Oval in the JMC Northwest Football League Grand Final. Tubes Taylor here with you. Damien Viney beside me. It's been an amazing game of football, a seesawing affair. Devonport leads 7-8-50 to the Cats, 6-10-46. Back in the middle, Kubicki out of the ruck. It's punched out to the wing. Running under the footy was Bramich. Now a chance for Sharman. Can he collect? He can't. He gets tackled without the ball. Out it comes now. The legend of Lowe goes down towards Keep on a lead. And he takes the mark in front of Brasendale and can take his full 30 seconds and go back and have a shot and maybe put it beyond doubt for the Cats.
There's players down everywhere. Marshall's picked himself off up the deck. He's heading down to the back line. Ward Reikie's down. Colin Garland's down, just contemplating what could have been.
Keith will take a shot from the paint of 50, a tough angle. He wheels around on the right boot. Gee, the breeze would have held that up. It's punched away. No, it's a mark in the square. It's a mark in the square.
Yes.
Is that Kelly? I think it is. I think Lockie Kelly's taken a mark in the square and he'll go back from directly in front.
And they've just realised on the hill they were on a 4-second delay.
It's Cooper. It's actually Kai Cameron.
Oh, Cameron, another big mark.
Goodness me. Another great contested mark. Kai Cameron. Bang. Goal.
As we tick over 26 and a half minutes now, there surely can't be too much longer to go, Tubes. That could be the sealer.
What a contested grab. Apologies to Kai Cameron as I called him Kelly. But to be fair, it was a raffle. It might have been one. And there's the siren. It's a four-peat for the four-ways. It's Devonport delight. 4 in a row for the Magpies. They defeat the Cats 8-8-56 to 6-10-46. What a game of footy.
Wow. Had everything, Tubes. Wynyard threw everything about him in that last quarter, including the kitchen sink, but could not deliver the knockout blow. Closed the gap to 4 points. And then an amazing mark on the forward line there from the kick in from Keep to Cameron.
Kai Cameron
to kick the sealer. There must have been seconds left on the clock. The ball didn't even get bounced up in the end, and what great way to win your 4th in a row.
Unbelievable result for this football club. They've been the standard for a number of years here on the Northwest Coast, particularly in the last few years. They've got 4 in a row for the Devonport Magpies. Goal kickers for the game. Kai Cameron with a couple, Lockie Kelly with a couple, then singles to Blair Ryan, Charlie Castles, Kurt Mason, and what a goal from Quade Byard. For the Cats, it was 2 to Colin Garland, then singles to Michael Linane, Brandon Howard, Keegan Weller, and Zach Marshall. What a game of football.
Yeah, some rare Tubes to win 4 grand finals on the trot. It hasn't been done in this competition since the early 2000s when, of course, that amazing run of victories from Bernie
Dockett,
who beat Devonport, and I think it might have been 3 consecutive grand finals. So, you know, how the wheels turn, and now we've got a Devonport team that are just flexing on this competition.
And heartbreak for Wynyard. They were in front well and truly in that first term. They were 16 points up at half-time. They trailed by 11. It was a premiership quarter, Viney, that brought it back for Devonport. They kicked 5 unanswered goals.
Yeah, that was the difference in the end, that third quarter from Devonport. And we saw some significant lifts
Keegan Lowe
Keegan Lowe
was amazing.
lifted second half, excellent last quarter. Kai Cameron, fantastic, couple of clutch marks.
A contested mark at either end of the ground.
Yeah, within the last 5 minutes of the game. I thought Lockie Kelly was pivotal in that
huge.
third quarter. So, I mean, I don't think there's a standout winner for the best on ground.
Wayne Wing medal, who are you tipping there, Viney?
I'm not sure. If it's a midfielder's medal, they normally go to the midfielder. I think Keegan Lowe has done enough in that last quarter.
Let's not understate Blair Ryan's game, the human haircut. He was sensational.
And then you could... Well, there's quite a few Kellys who had a good game, but I think in particular Fletcher Kelly, under some duress, both legs strapped, and still rebounding off the half-back flank.
What a game of footy. Went right down to the wire. 100 minutes of football for these Warriors. Heartbreak for Bo Sharman and his charges at the Wynyard Cats.
Yeah.
But jubilation for JR, or Junior Rodman, who now coaches a side that's won 4 in a row.
Yeah, he's come into the club as senior coach at a good time on the back of 3 premierships to win one for himself. And what a complete day for the Devonport Football Club, winning the under-18 Colts, the Development League, and now the seniors for, as we've said, a 4th consecutive flag. What a day, what a club. Also won the under-16 boys as well this year.
So the future's bright at the Devonport Football Club.
They're doing something right in 7310, Tubesy.
And you know, you live here, you live on the Northwest Coast, you follow the Devonport Football Club and the Northwest Football League really closely. What are they doing at Devonport?
I did ask a question of someone, the assistant coach at Devonport, actually, Nick Azartzis. I said, what's Devonport doing? He's like, they've got it together, they've got their club together, and people don't want to leave. So if you've got success in the juniors and you maintain those players into your senior side, you're going to have ongoing success.
And you can see it as far as community goes right there on the field right now. Look at it. As you said, though, there's Colts, there's Development
Starts
League,
in the under-16.
and now, it goes right back to what community's all about. Yep. And as much as it pains me to say, as a Burnie boy, I love seeing that, and I love seeing success. And look at Keegan Lowe; he's unbelievable. I don't know. I'm leaning towards either Lockie Kelly or Blair Ryan for mine for the medal. But I don't know. I'm interested in your take on this, Viney, for the Wayne Wing medal, of course. I
think Lockie Kelly with 2 goals as well really took the game on in that third quarter. I think Lowe was a little bit quiet in the first half, but wouldn't be surprised if his name's called out. And as we go back to this idea of one club for Devonport, if you cast your eye down some of the names that's written down, it starts with Simmons, starts with Byard.
Yeah.
You talk about the Kelly brothers. All these guys have come through the juniors and stayed with the club, and it builds that success.
And a lot of people talk about football and, money's ruined football. And you talk about sustained success comes from building through your juniors.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to the Devonport Football Club, what they've done there. As you say, these fellas have been involved with this club since their junior football days. An unbelievable result. What a game of footy. Cole Garland just kicking into the man on the mark to put his team within a few points.
Yeah, as I look out on the ground now, I can see Bo Sharman with his beautiful wife there, Morgan, and their daughter, and he's being consoled. And he'll feel unlucky, Bo, because he tried absolutely everything in that game.
Well, when you look at him, he's being consoled and he's looking at his little one, and that's what it's all about. Footy really doesn't matter. It's a big part of people's lives, but when you look at that, he'll go home, he'll give his wife a cuddle, he'll give his little one a cuddle, and everything will be okay. What a game of footy.
Yeah.
So, as we come down to celebrate the Wayne Wing medalist, they had contributors across the board.
Yeah, I was going to say, wonderful fight back from Wynyard too in that last quarter.
Well, let's talk about the fight back from Devonport. They were gone, Bonnie.
They were out.
They were gone.
Yep.
They had 6 scoring shots in the first half of football.
Just need to take their opportunities, Tubes, and they certainly did. As we are waiting now for the announcement of the Wayne Wing medalist.
Oh, in comes Wayne Wing too. I got the man here himself. See the president of the league there, Gary Carpenter.
Ulverston legend Wayne Wing. Did I get that right?
Lockie Kelly.
No, I called it too. That was the name I said.
No, it wasn't. You said different. I said
We'll go back
Kelly.
to the tape. I'm pretty sure I said Lockie Kelly.
He was
Third quarter,
unbelievable.
2 goals.
2 goals in a grand final. The only bloke to kick a goal in the first half for the Devonport Magpies.
No, they had none at halftime.
They had 1 at half-time.
Correct.
Peanut. Lockie Kelly, your Wayne Wing medalist.
Well done.
Oh, here we go. Clinton Carpenter's getting his name out there. Big Carp. He'll go back and watch the tapes. Don't you worry about that. Dressed like a bloke from Miami Vice. Look at him. Gee, he was a good footballer too.
He used to wear a mattress on his knee from memory, Tubes.
Yeah, I played with him at Penguin back in the day.
That would have been back in the day.
I was back in the day. Lowe came into the game, didn't he, in the end?
Yeah, he did. Felt like it took a little bit of time for him to find his feet. As we said, perhaps a little bit underdone after having 4 weeks off, but definitely contributed to the victory. In the
Reiki, good in patches. He certainly had some hardness around the footy.
Yep.
Bramich was good, just played a role off half-back.
We're not going to say any of these guys played a bad game, Tubes.
No. I mean, Bramich did it in a pair of school shoes. Look at him.
Here's another Kelly.
Yeah, Tyler was good.
First of the quadruplets.
There's about 16 Kellys in here.
Evan Lockwood,
Battle,
yeah, solid.
a great contest between him and Marshall in the ruck. Even.
I was going to say, I reckon they split the points there. Although Lockwood will take a premiership medal home.
Fletcher Kelly.
Yeah, this boy's out on his feet.
Look at him. Left knee cooked, strapped together. Mr. Elastoplast.
We got a hamstring, we got a knee, and a shoulder.
And then he's got to walk up 3 steps to get his premiership medal off Big Carp. Look at Carp. Rolling into the sun. What's he got? The old... What are those sunnies?
The dealers.
Yeah. Butler was very, very good.
Yeah, as we said, won a premiership as a teenager with Latrobe.
Foster did very well, running around with Kubicki.
Kubicki did lift towards the second half. Kubicki.
Van Buren.
Solid.
Stalwart.
Solid.
Mason was good too. Got the tough stickers on the old left calf. Must get evened up this summer, I would have suggested.
Probably continue up the thigh, I think, first. Tubes get the leg.
Oh, no,
the left leg
you do your socks first, then you put your pants on, Viney.
Correct.
I thought Derrico took some great contested marks down back as well. He was good.
Absolutely.
And then here's the Wayne Wing medalist, Lockie Kelly.
Yeah, Lockie Kelly, only 20 years of age.
Really?
So plenty of footy left in that young man.
Just a pup. Well, it's been a great day. I'll tell you what, Cooper Stewart, now he's got the stackhead off. He was good too.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
was real good.
Yeah, really good in the back line.
And the man who sealed it, Kai Cameron.
Missed a few goals early, Tube.
He might have.
Did kick one of the better ones on the day from that boundary.
2 goals 5 for him today. Here comes the human bowl cut. Vice Captain Charlie Castles did really well.
The kids at Our Lady of Lords will be super chuffed for Mr. Castles.
What a little refrigerator he is. He's like a bar fridge, Castles.
Was a live wire in the third quarter. The other one that really got him going, a bit of an excitement. Something different up there in the forward line when the bigger men couldn't get the marks done.
Yep. Keep was good. Young Kelly, Ollie Kelly was very good.
Excellent. Yep.
Here's the long sleeves of Burnell. He was pretty good too.
Did his bit.
Oh,
the haircut.
The human haircut. Look at him. Fresh fade. I reckon he's had that done this morning.
That's sharp. Yeah, that's less than 24 hours, that haircut.
And didn't he come into the game too, the captain? Played Wynyard.
Yeah. Led from the front. The goal on his left foot, I know I got excited about it, but...
Did you?
You don't normally see kicks like that go that straight.
No, it was an absolute, as I call
it, mongrel.
Pumpkin. And here's Junior. Justin Rodman.
His first year at coaching Devonport.
He's got legs like a pigeon, but boy, can he coach. I don't know this. Here's Quaid. Let's listen in. Probably can't hear it.
Someone. Catch that, Troops.
He said something about Wynyard, and then he said something about his blokes. Took it, Carp. Look at him. Straight out of, he looks like a detective. Sorry, Junior.
CSI Latrobe. Wynyard team are making their way back to their change rooms now. Great effort from the Wynyard Football Club all day.
Yeah, they'll have a few beers tonight and celebrate a season as runners up.
They're hard to get in grand finals. They're even harder to win.
Now, Sweden Governor, to present the Friends Ticket Cup for 2024 to the Devonport Football Club.
Devonport are your NWFL premiers for season 2024. They defeat Wynyard 8-8-56 to 6-10-46. Lockie Kelly, your Wayne Wing medalist. Well, there they go. They'll celebrate long into the night at the Devonport Football Club. Love seeing the juniors get in there. How good is that? Hot pies. There's been a few banners around the place. There'll be a few beers tonight, let me tell you. And they'll probably be bogues, given that we're on the northwest coast. But there you go. The premiers for season 2024.
It's a great picture there with the whole club involved. Juniors, mini-leaguers, all the way up to the seniors. That one club mentality. And it's reaping rewards, Troops.
4 in a row for the Devonport Football Club. That's it for season 2024 in the JMC Northwest Football League Grand Final. The Magpies win it by 10 points. My name's Chief Taylor Dominvani. Thanks to you.
Welcome. Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it.
Thanks to our cameraman, Mitch Saunders, who's done an amazing job. Ash back in the bunker. But my name's Chief Taylor. It's been a pleasure having your company. Until season 2025, we'll see you at the footy. Bye for now.
Bye for now.